Council. Today is Friday, June 16th,
Alive!
2023.
It's alive!
I'm President of the City Council, and we're ready to begin today's meeting.
Hello, everyone.
Comment today, both
What up, everybody?
in person here in the council chamber.
Hopefully there's no
and
echo.
via teleconference.
Everything's okay.
So if I can
Hopefully
call
it's
this
all
meeting
okay.
to order, please. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Blumenfield, De Leon, Harris Dawson, Hernandez, Hutt, Krikorian, Lee, McCosker, Park, Price, Rahman, Rodriguez, Soto Martinez, Sierra.
No echo. Sounds
10
good.
members present and a quorum.
Everything's okay. Hello, everyone. Not too loud, not too good.
14, 2023.
Perfect. Sounds
Councilmember
amazing.
Foster,
Good.
Councilmember Hernandez seconds.
I redid all the
Mandatory
computers.
resolutions for approval.
I got
Councilmember
everything done.
Blumenfield moves.
Got new
Councilmember
drops.
Hutt seconds. Next.
Who in the
let's
fuck
run
do
through the
you
agenda.
guys think you
Thank you.
are?
Yes. Items 1 through 20 are items for which public hearings have been held. Government Operations Committee reports have been submitted for items 17, 18, 19, and 20 and posted to those respective council files. Items 21 through 26 are items for which public hearings have not been held. 10 votes are required for
That's
consideration.
my
Very
fucking
good. Without objection, those
property.
items are now
Who
before
the
us.
hell did
Members,
Mr.
do you
Mr.
have any
Harlan.
items that you would like to talk about? Items.
Chad, I went to a Guitar Center, and of course they did not have it. They had every one but the one I needed, and they had that one in mono and not stereo, and I needed it in stereo, not
I'd
mono.
like to call number 22.
So I ordered one. So no, I don't have
For
it.
an amendment?
But that's for me. That's,
Okay,
you know,
is the
it's
amendment-
me
is the amendment
futzing with the
available?
cord. As long as you guys are good, I don't care about
We'll
me.
hold that one on the desk.
You're more important than me when it comes to that
Councilmember
sense.
Soto Martinez.
I can deal with it.
President, item 4 for comments, please.
Very good.
Blowing your ears out on the regular and everything else, echoes, all that shit,
Any
that ain't gonna
other
work.
specials,
That ain't
members?
gonna happen.
Going once, going twice. All right.
Wish it was louder.
And Madam Clerk, what's available for us to vote on now?
His sound is light today.
The council may now vote on items 1 through 3 and 5 through 20.
All right, those items are now before us. Let's go ahead and open the roll.
I'm
Close
good.
the
Hopefully
roll
all is well.
And tabulate the votes.
10 eyes.
Very good. Thank you. Before we begin,
I don't
public
know,
comment for today's meeting,
wise guys.
I
I
would
just
like to
adjusted
recognize
everything.
Councilmember
Adjusted the mixer,
Marquise
replugged it all
Harris-Dawson,
out.
who has a very special
I went through the
presentation
entire
today.
machine,
So,
both
Mr.
machines,
Harris-Dawson, the
every
floor is
single
yours.
drop in every machine. Lowered them a little bit so I could raise it up in the mixer and keep it steady in the machine instead of it going too high on the machine.
Good morning, everybody, and thank
So
you,
it blows
Mr.
people out, you
President.
know.
I'm proud
Because
this
right now,
morning to-
right now, if I wanted to raise the volume of these machines, I could totally do it now without raising the actual volume of the drops, if that makes any sense.
outstanding members of this body, long-standing members of this body, the one and only.
And apparently I was
Councilmember Nate Holden of the 10th Council
what do you call it? It's back. 2 updates back. I don't know why. My computer's on automatic update. Does anybody ever have that problem? Where your computer's on automatic update but doesn't automatically update?
Mr. Holden has a very distinguished career, very distinguished record.
I
here
tried
in
to
this
change
body,
the
state
settings here, guys.
legislature,
It's still
and in
red.
the community
See?
writ
Let me
large.
try it. Let me try it.
I won't go
Let me
over
see.
the whole thing.
Does mind
his
if I-
Wikipedia page is really, really, really long. You have to scroll down a few times to get to all his accomplishment. But besides being a man who truly loved the community and
Packed
was
in
willing
there,
to
yeah.
fight with this council, with whoever was mayor at the time, I think he went through a handful of mayors. Besides that, he was able to do something all of us should strive to do, and I think do strive to do. And that is create something that changes the lives of people in Los Angeles and people outside this city that lasts long after you are gone from this body. And 30 years ago, we celebrate 30 years this year, Mr. Holden started a program that dozens of cities and counties across the state have picked up, that the city of Los Angeles continues until this day. And it is remains, again, one of the best moments I had as a council member was a few weeks in, we donated fire trucks to Nigeria. I learned that that program is based on a program that Mr. Holden started.
How come nobody ever
He
donates
first
shit to us?
donated sanitation
How come we
trucks
always
to the
give shit
city of
away and
Tijuana.
nobody gives us
Now,
nothing
that
but a
does
hard
few
fucking
things.
time?
It helps the environment because we're not manufacturing new trucks.
Anybody
when
let
we
me know
don't need
on
to.
that one?
It creates goodwill for the city of Los Angeles. And so every Angelino that goes around the world and visits a city, that people in that city can say, well, your city donated this to us, or your city gave us street lights, or your city gave us fire trucks. Also, it helps the people of that community advance maybe more quickly than they might and have a higher quality of life than they should. And so today we are here to honor Nate Holden for starting that program 30 some odd years ago. A round of applause for Councilmember Holden. The councilman is joined by his family, friends. I think I see some former staff of the Council District 10. And of course, our good friend and assembly member, Chris Holden. Let's give him a big round of applause. Mr. President, we have a short slideshow, but I want to recognize
of course we got the
and ask to come
slideshow.
to the mic my colleague and the current council member of the 10th District, Councilmember Heather Hutt.
Thank you.
Red saturation.
Council
Maybe
member.
that's what we need to go
Thank
down.
you, Mr. President. Nate Holden, better known as the Chief, led the way in public service for the 10th District, and we can still feel that today. He was an Army veteran, a state senator, a council member, and he served in these chambers from
little better, I guess, no?
1987 to 2003. He was the person that broke up our district into grids so that he could make sure that constituents got real service. And he is service-minded. He helped streamline services because he required deputies to drive the grid, to report bulky items, potholes, long before we had 311. And I understand from many of your staff that you would call an area and say, hey, I'm on Carmona and Pico. Did you pick up that mattress that was there 2 days ago?
Yeah, I was
And
going to
they
have
would
to
say yes,
play with
and
it
you'd
more.
Say, no, I'm standing here right now. You
I had it better
nothing.
last night.
I'm trying to follow in your footsteps to make sure that the deputies do what they're
Is he
supposed
crying
to
back
do to
there?
bring
Stop it. Is that
constituents
homie
the
crying?
services
No
they
way.
de- they
Phil,
deserve.
thank you so much. I appreciate you,
Your
Phil.
urgency to serve the people is legendary and has helped change the way of giving
up, Kiss?
internationally, like Councilmember Harris Dawson just said, and directly impacts the environment and our constituents. I want to say thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your service. Thank you for coming and gracing us in the chambers today.
What are you kidding me? The audio and the video do not match. Well, that's because you were watching the other screen. That's why. The other screen's off a tick. But now you're on this screen. It should be completely even. Me, everybody. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of goddamn fucking problems. All of a sudden, there's just a myriad of issues. Echoes, and this and that. Wait, hold on. Can't have that playing. I will, Calamity Girl. I did. I wrote you a message yesterday or 2 days ago. I did. Fake tears? Yeah, for Nate Holden over here. Yeah, I don't want to play it and get tagged. That's why I'm muted it for the moment. Yesy, thank you so much for the 5 gifted tier 1s. Or is that 10? 10 gifted tier 1 subs. Sorry. 10 gifted tier 1 subs. Thank you. And everybody just got a free sub from Yesy1. Welcome to the family. Yeah, I'm just tired of it, dude. You want Arnold Sachs in there today? Well, hopefully Arnold Sachs is there today. If not, we have Arnold Sachs in the machine now, so we can always use it.
That's pretty stupid. It's good morning, Arnold Sachs. I'm only going to speak on public comment and item number 26. What the hell's going on? Who changed everything?
So I gotta tell you, I had so much fun going through old guys. We might need to just go back and watch some of these old ones, man. They were just so wild out, even just a year or so ago back. And it was I'm telling you, it was Mr. Herman, Mr. Spindler, and fucking Mr. Sachs. 1, 2, 3, and then Mr. Harlan every time. Oh man, I think they're breaking them up purposefully. They can't handle all of it at one time. It's just a fucking overload. They cannot handle it. Sachs is a definite legend. He's always been one, but yeah, man. Put some new drops in here today, and hopefully we see everybody, all the characters, even Mr. Herman.
Paging Mr. Herman.
Thank you so much. So, in recognition of you, Mr.
let me get my
Holden, of what
bowl
became
going here, guys.
Article 12, donation of surplus city equipment of the Los Angeles City Charter, and its 30-year life, we present to you.
I
this
did get my
plaque,
mom a
and I'm sure you
PC,
presented
Chad. I
to a
did.
person.
I went and got her a really nice one. She didn't want to get the nice one because she didn't want me to pay for it, because it was expensive. But I told her, please stop looking at the cheap ones and get the one that's the right one. Okay, because anyways, you're going to have to pay for it in the long run if you get the cheap one now anyways. It's going to be cheap. So, yeah. She had a Hewlett-Packard before, so we got her another Hewlett-Packard. She had an i3 with 8 megabits of RAM or whatever, 8 gigs of RAM. So we got her an i7, from an i3 to an i7, went from 8 gigs to 16 gigs of RAM, and a 1 terabyte solid state drive to go with it. It's one of those all-in-ones. Nice camera too that pops in and out. Yeah, you got to remember, Lycor, she's an older lady, and she's not all about, well, the new one's out, the new i5's out, I need that now. She's not that way. So it was old, and it was just fucking, doing the wheel it down like, Mom, this is killing you. You need something new. So brand new Hewlett-Packard in the box, got it there. So now, we didn't set it up. I didn't want to set it up. We have a tech guy because she wants to do a few other things too. So let the tech guy come and set the whole computer up. Put a new router in for her and everything. So she's just flying around. So yeah, man, she's doing good. Now she got the fucking Ferrari. Yeah, she don't like Apple, man. She don't like Apple at all. She's a PC lady.
It is on one of those days. Her
hip's
I don't know
getting
if
there.
it was in the city
Getting
attorney's
good.
office or in the mayor's office. I was here in council, and I had a very,
Yeah,
very,
plenty
very
of
bad
power,
day. There
Eric,
were a lot of
especially
them.
for her. She's just doing
And I
Quicken
remember going
and
back
those
up to my
kinds of
office.
things.
I was
Playing some
combination
solitaire.
angry and upset and embarrassed.
Yeah, Willie, it was the
In
best.
my
It was the
office.
most
I
expensive
remember
one they
exactly what
offered.
It was because it was in the mayor's
It
office.
was like $1,500,
My phone rang. I
$1,550 or
picked it up.
something with the tax.
Councilman Holden.
They didn't have one
Holden
better,
said,
more expensive. That was
Tim
PC.
McCosker, stand up. Turn around.
No, she does not smoke.
Put me on the speakerphone. I want to
Never
talk to you
has.
for a minute. Look out your window.
I've never even seen my mom drunk
Look out
at
your
a
window.
wedding or anything
Is
ever.
the sky blue right now?
Not once.
Are the trees green? Do you hear birds singing? Is it a beautiful day?
Have you considered
Yes,
doing
sir.
a
Yes,
Rumble
sir, it is.
show only one night to
Don't
avoid copyright
take
and
this work
censorship
seriously, but
garbage?
don't take
I do.
yourself so
I'm on
seriously.
Rumble right
Enjoy.
now, Kresk.
Enjoy the moment.
Right now, you
you're
can go over
in.
to Rumble
Do the
right now
best
and go
you
look.
possibly can and
Go
move
look.
on. And that was like the best advice I could have possibly have gotten on a tough day. And I think about it a
I'm
lot.
just a normal son.
And everyone in my
Like,
family
I'm not a
knows that
good
you
son.
did
I'm
that
just
for
normal.
me. And on tough
Normal like
days, people
everybody
remind
else.
me, don't forget, and my kids, I'm sorry, call you Uncle Nate. Don't forget Uncle Nate. And remember, just look out the
BJ.
window and don't take yourself so seriously and just do the best job you can and move on. So I thank you so much for being my mentor and being a friend and being such
Stole your personal
such
information.
a generous person to the city of Los
Jesus
Angeles,
Christ.
particularly to me and to my family. So thank
Well,
you
they
for that.
sell that here. Just to let you know, they sell it here, Yessie. DMV sells your information here, Department of Motor Vehicles.
And
That's how they make a lot of their money,
Holden,
selling our information.
Member Holden, did you want to make comments as well?
Man, there's so many people in there. Can we get?
You know, it is an honor.
Come on,
for
man.
Us as a family to be here today to sort of
Yep,
witness
Grady got busted.
this
Grady
family,
ain't in the building.
wrapping
Grady's
their
about to be in
arms around my
handcuffs.
dad. You know, he's
Grady
always been
didn't
such a
get
fixture
arrested yet,
in
but
LA
Grady
politics,
did
and certainly
resign
he's
as
relished
pro
his
temp.
time on the city council
So
and
he's
the
no
kinds
more
of
the
work he's
mayor
been able
pro
to do.
temp or whatever, or the
Your
president pro
predecessors
temp.
and
Sorry,
others
president
who have
pro temp,
served
not
with
mayor.
him,
President pro
and the
temp.
good
He is
work
no more.
that has come out of this building. And I'm just proud of
Grady,
the fact that
Grady, Dave,
he has
the dude with the white
taken
beard
public service
and the glasses that we
to a whole
see
nother
looks
level.
kind of like Nate in the middle.
I've learned from him.
We
I
watch
know
him.
many of you
He comes
are
on
inspired
later in
by
the day.
his
That dude got
leadership.
busted,
It's
federally
always the small
indicted
things that he would always
for
point out to me.
corruption
Sure
charges,
that the
embezzlement,
constituents
corruption
are
charges.
hearing you.
It was on
You
every
listen
news
to them,
station here.
and you're responding to their needs. Make sure the mattresses are out of the alleys. The trees are trimmed. I remember one instance where he was running for re-election.
Poor Grady.
And you knocked on a door.
Not poor Grady.
One of his staff, I won't say who.
You should be glad when these people are
knocked on
caught.
the
They're
door
stealing your
and
money and mine.
Came back to
You
him
should
and
be
said,
very happy when
"No,
they
boss,
catch
they're
these
not gonna
people.
support you."
Smoke.
I said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "Well, they got the opponent sign in the yard, and they're not gonna support. Tell me who they are. Point me in the direction." So he walked over and knocked on the door, and the person came out and said, "You know, Mr. Holden, you've done a great job, but
That's what we're
trees,
talking about, Calamity.
they-
Current price.
They haven't been trimmed in a long time." And he said, "I'll take care of it." He went back to his car. He called Public Works.
Hi,
The
Crystal.
next day, the whole street, the trees were trimmed. He went back. He said, "What do you think now?" He said, "Take that sign out of my yard and put your sign in it."
All
You're
because
my
you
guy.
trimmed some trees on my block.
And that's
It
the
actually
kind of
did something you were supposed to
leadership
do.
that he brought and
You shouldn't
continues
have to be
bring.
told to
And
do
I'm
it.
inspired by him, even today, in the good work that we
Should
try
just
to
see
do.
it. Need
if
it.
I could, I'd like to
Let's get that done.
introduce my family who's here. My wife, Melanie.
Just
who's in the
happened,
front
Jenny.
row.
When we watched
My son,
on Tuesday,
grandson,
that was the last.
Nicholas,
I mean, literally
Holden,
Tuesday,
who, by
Jenny.
the way,
An
works
hour
for
after that show that we
Supervisor
watched,
Hahn,
he was busted.
and
He didn't come back
my
Wednesday.
daughter,
Let's put it
Mariah
that way.
Holden. So
24 hours later, we was here and there was no current price.
Welcome.
And if you noticed, yes, the last show that we did,
thank you,
the
and thank you,
fastest
Holden,
one
for
ever,
listening.
in and out in an hour, done.
Thank you very much.
Boom.
And,
Why? Because
I
they didn't
just
want to
wanna
face
say,
the music.
first of all, Councilmember Holden,
He didn't
welcome
want to
back,
face the music.
to your chambers, place that you served for 16 years. And Councilmember Harris Dawson and Councilmember Hutt mentioned a few of the legacy accomplishments.
Well, broski,
that
to
you
me, it's
had,
not surprising at all, but to the
there's-
people
there
that
could be
vote
so
for him,
many
it should
more,
be.
as Mr. Harris Dawson said.
I guess. But it
List
don't matter.
them
They'll
for
vote
a
for the
long
next
time.
dummy.
A few that just
That's just like
especially
them.
for the
Oh, he's
younger
different, or she's
people who are
different.
here, I think it's
Sure.
important that we talk about your role in history and how rapidly things have changed since you served here. If it weren't for Nate Holden, California would not have been the first state in the country to recognize the Martin Luther King
NBC4
Jr.
tried
holiday,
talking to him, I bet.
setting the tone for the rest of the nation. If it weren't for Nate Holden,
Well, I can make him
California
red.
would not have changed
You want him
its
red?
law that required
Sound's going to be
women
off a little bit, but there's more
acquiring
red. I can't believe I can't get him
to have a
unread.
man
I don't
sign
understand
the
it.
document along with them. That's
I
the
just
sort of
adjusted
thing
everything
that
last night
happened
and tonight.
within the career of
I
this
don't understand. Some setting I'm
if
not
it
doing
weren't
right.
for Nate
It's
Holden,
just too
this
red.
city would not have prohibited the production and distribution of realistic toy guns that led to the death of so many young people because they were
Stinks
just
is in the front room.
simply
He don't
out
care
there
about
playing
nothing.
with a toy gun. But Nate Holden saw that as being a problem and fixed it. So there, and you could go on with some of the contributions that this career in public service,
Hopefully, Air Force.
that council member
Come at me.
has given to
I'm
this
ready.
city, has really changed lives.
Stacy Cigar Bollinger, is that your
Nate Holden
favorite?
Performing Arts
Shout out to
Center
Stacy
continues
Cigar.
to
Hopefully
reach
she gets in there today.
The city is still reeling and suffering deeply from the revelation of what happened in that meeting. The city your constituents all desperately need for you to resign.
And I have to say one other thing. There was a picture of you with Antonio Villaraigosa in there, and he looked.
Well, I want to tell you, I went through hours of
40
tape of
years
these
younger,
fuckers.
and you haven't changed a
And
bit.
just-
so,
I just gobbled them all up on the machine. I got an everybody drop. I got everybody in here now. There ain't nobody. We can even diss Paul when we diss Paul. Watch, we'll diss Paul when he comes back up.
And to be recognized.
We'll do it all. We'll do it all. Even got Johnny G in here.
Many
You remember
moons
Johnny
ago,
G?
After I left the California State Senate, and prior thereto, I served with Supervisor Kenneth Hahn.
That's right, Paul Martin
got this
Procurrin, you
California
racist,
Senate.
pink-skinned Nazi pig motherfucker.
We had a Me Too operation going. You know, one guy says something, they said me too. Another guy said me too. And there's people in the state was not that happy with the non-performance. They didn't vote for me too. They voted for individuals who are going to go.
I'm telling you, I got one in there that I saw.
The best they could
They
do
all went in so hard on them.
thinking and the desires of the people of the state of California. So I happened to make a number of changes up there. For example, one of the major issues I worked on was anti-redlining.
I got more Skywalker.
Where they were not providing loans for people in geographically on areas. Where the federal government was providing programs for homes.
I
those
did,
areas
Jalden.
At one given point. When the war started,
I own the
president
Port of
took the
Los
money away and put it
Angeles.
in the
That's
bond
my
wall.
property.
So
You're not to be hiring anybody
Markets-
into the Port of Los
companies, lending
Angeles.
companies
You're
refused
not to be
invest
building anything in
that
the Port of
operation.
Los Angeles. The city's
Well-
never owned the Port of Los Angeles.
I got it moving.
That's
told
my
them you have to
property.
do that. So you have to provide loans within certain
Ah,
geographic
shit,
areas
yeah.
as you would in other areas.
Sounds nice and clean,
Long story
right?
Short, when held up by the committee, and I call these individuals to come to my office.
Now we don't have to wait for them. We can always hear them.
They came to my office, and very prominent, important people representing the banking lending institution in the state of California. I turned my back on them.
Thanks, Deb.
Made a point. I turned my back, put my feet on top of my desk, and looked out the window. And I turned around my chair quickly. And I said, "Why are you here?"
Just to tell you guys, there might be a protest going on today. Don't know if I'll have any coverage of it, but there's supposed to be a protest at Dodger Stadium today. They're supposed to have the nuns of something or other coming on by today. The ones that were in here the other day that we saw. There was some controversy where they were not told not to come. Now they've been invited back, and today is the day where they're supposed to be there and honored. So they have some Catholic for Catholics, I think, group that's starting a protest today at 3:00 at Dodger Stadium, some sort of march protest-ish type thing. So we'll see what goes on there. Maybe, Sisters of Perpetual Lobster protest. Yes, there it is. So that's what's going on today at Dodger Stadium. And it's been back and forth. It's weird because even Major League Baseball, like they were supposed to have every uniform was supposed to have a pride flag on their uniforms with basically the MLB logo with the pride flag in it. And all the players, the player association said, no, we're not wearing them. A lot of them took a vote and they said, we're not going to wear it. So they decided to nix that while still honoring the month. We'll see what goes on. Maybe nothing. Maybe something. It's supposed to be today from 3 to 7 at Dodger Stadium. So we'll see. Never know.
When I left the state senate, I went back to Supervisor Hahn.
Oreo Express will be there.
And
Okay.
This seat opened up for the 10th district. And I ran for it. 23 people in the race. Murray Evers, very prominent, her husband, civil rights leader. Was
Well,
killed in
Bionic,
Mississippi.
that's his right.
She's very prominent.
I'm not here to tell anybody what to celebrate and what not to. Do you? That's why I'm not a commie. I'm tired of people telling me what to do. So if they want to do it, let them. Just don't force others to do it. That's the point. Stop forcing others to do things they don't want and then calling them things when they don't want to do it. That's wrong. And that's my point. You go ahead and celebrate whatever you like.
There was some guy called
Gay people should have every right that I should have. Every last one. I'm not even tripping.
Not gonna win.
All I'm saying with that is don't force people. Okay, I don't force you to be straight. I don't want to be forced to be gay or to have to talk about it or deal with kids being talked to about it or anything else like that.
He was number
And it's the
two.
same with religion too. I don't want
He's gonna
you.
win.
I don't
I
want
hope
you
he's
stuffing
not gonna
religion down my throat. I don't want to go to your church or
I'll
your
put it in a
temple or
statement.
your place of worship. I don't want to go.
85%
I care less.
of the voters.
It's the
of
same thing to me.
10th district voted against.
So,
City
you
Hall.
do you, man. It's America.
Because all the other
Just stop forcing
candidates
people to do things.
were voting
That's
against
my
City Hall.
point.
And
That's
I made
it.
that statement.
I don't have nothing wrong with any of these folks. I have the problem with the folks that push other
We're gonna
folks.
get you, Nate. We're gonna
Whoever
get
you are.
Make a long story short again, when the election came up, I got 2/3 of the vote, 66% of the vote. Rolled right into office. If you keep pressing, it'll happen. So when I got elected, I came to City Hall. I had to find out how they operate here.
If you're scared to get gay
We had
chances,
7
are
members on
you?
one side,
Laugh out loud. I don't get it.
7 members on the other side.
I need another bowl to figure that one out.
One was supporting Joy Parker to be president of the
That's
council.
it, Jimmo. Pitch your opinion. Don't
Matt
force
Russell
it.
just
That's it.
said,
If I agree with it, I do.
lost
Great.
the re-election.
If I don't, great.
He's not going to be the president anymore.
Not a bigot because I don't believe in everything you say I should believe
He was a
in.
World War I
I'm the
veteran.
instant bigot.
And I'm a World War II veteran. I mean, I don't look like it, but I am. And he was not going to vote for either one of them. So I went to a guy named
Absolutely, James. That's how they're
Councilman
telling
Robbie.
somebody what to do, no matter what.
said,
And that's
Robbie.
even worse because you have somebody who's young
trying
and
to figure out how to work around
impressionable.
here, at that time.
Easily
Well,
molded.
you've been on the council a long time. What do you want? He said, I want to be vice president.
And if you ask me, anybody talking to any kids that aren't their parents or a counselor that is in elementary school or middle school talking to kids about sex should be arrested, if you ask me. Unless you're a sex ed teacher, which you shouldn't be having in elementary school and middle school because kids ain't boning at that age. Let's be honest. Okay, they're fucking in high school. Let's be honest with that. That's when you give them sex ed, okay? And that's when you do that. You don't touch. You don't do that in the other levels. And as far as I'm concerned, that's no. That's it. It's fucking it. Leave them the fuck alone. They're there to learn, not to learn about sex. Let them get older. And if you got a problem with that, you're a fucking pedophile and you're a fucking groomer, and you should be arrested. And I'm sure if you do, you're not gonna like it. They ain't gonna like your people. They don't like your kind in jail.
That's Juneteenth. That's Monday. There's no.
Jim, thank you so much, Jim. Appreciate you, Jim
What are they
Eaton.
planning to do on Friday? I just learned a few days ago you're going to be honored. I said, oh my God.
Absolutely,
what are you gonna
Jim.
say?
Absolutely.
So I reached back and got about 10% of my commitments while in the city.
Kids get pregnant all the time. Even was the 16 show, the 16 and Me or whatever it was, the little show on MTV, right? 16-year-old girls getting pregnant.
Transportation.
How old are you? You're 16. You're in fucking 10th grade. You're in 11th grade almost.
Matching funds.
You're graduating at 17, 18, depending on when you started. Some graduated 17. Some graduated 18. On a normal route.
Transportation. Sacramento.
Teen mom. That's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying.
Ramada. Atlanta.
Come on, bro. You don't see too many 14-year-olds pregnant. Maybe in some little town, some little place where that kid had no parental guidance. Busy fucking at 12.
On them in order to get the matching funds. In San Francisco, the property transfer tax.
I know, bipolar. That's what I was just saying.
In the Senate. I was vice chair
before you wrote it.
Utilities, Transit, Energy Committee. It's what you do with the power that you have. So I learned about that. And so I told Kenny Supervisor Hunt, we got to have some matching funds.
Again, it's rare, right? It doesn't happen all the time. Certainly not the norm.
Proposition A on the ballot.
Especially nowadays. I'd be willing to bet, so if we looked at numbers that 20 years back, chicks were getting pregnant at an earlier age than they are now. I'd be willing to bet. Says if we looked at true statistics and actually counted for ourselves and not some CNN poll or MSNBC poll. Yeah. If we actually counted for ourselves, I bet you nowadays there's less kids. They don't want the kid. They just want to bone. They want to be up on the Tinder or whatever and bone. But they ain't trying to be parents. That whole, like, I want to be a young parent thing, I think that's pretty much gone. I think, the ones that are young parents are the ones that are stuck and, it's a mistake and they don't want to correct it. And
you fund the
that's
first
kind of how it
segment.
is. In this day and age, 20 years back, I'd say it was totally different. You could flip it around, and that's why MTV and those MTV made money off
And
that.
the money came in, they all lined up.
Promoting that. And you think that these kids, you think there's some 16-year-old girls who didn't see, I could do that.
So
I could be a better mom than her, and just went out. It's not that hard, and went out and did the same thing. It's almost promoting it in that sense.
The First Interstate Bank building was located downtown L.A. And there was a fire there.
Man, I don't want to say wrap it up, but man.
And people lost their lives.
We're 30 minutes in.
Because the fire department could only take ladders up to the 7th floor. They were saved. 7 and above, 8 and above.
This is Nate Holden, Big Rig. Old councilman.
Elevators opened the door.
Old LA councilman.
They couldn't get off. They perished. So I said, we got to change that. I put an ordinance in that.
Well, LA's a cesspool. There's lots of places that are cesspool. And remember, it's a cesspool because we are giving all your garbage people leave your states and come here and make it a cesspool. I assure you. Go ahead and walk up and down the streets and ask, where are you from? Where are you from? Where's Utah, Maryland, Texas, California,
it turns out,
New York, Arizona, Nevada. Maybe you get one California and 10.
that extra money. Make a long story short again, what I did, I said, I'll tell you what.
Taking me to Ohio?
Put a sprinkler at the front door and the sprinkler in the corridor. We can save some lives for sure. And that's what they did.
I know, Zora, I know.
Final story.
Final story? How many more stories? We just got 4.
Library.
Famous Amos. Kind of does look a little like Famous Amos. Do they still make Famous Amos cookies?
Put a couple $100 million in that library.
That company was so big.
$25 million.
Famous Amos and Mrs. Fields were the 2 biggest cookie brands I remember.
For $25 million.
That weren't like, Oreo, Nabisco kind of shit.
They wouldn't have the money to buy back. And so the private sector would rip it down and build our rise. So I said no.
They still make
them. The vote was 14-1. There were a lot of 14-1 votes.
Dude, he got the big ass Laker ring. Look at that. Is that like a Laker ring? Bro, look at the championship ring he's got on there. I'm gonna bet that's a Laker championship ring. That's too big to be some goddamn class ring. That motherfucker's holding his hand down.
Once again,
can't even pick his hand up like that.
To support my
it's too heavy.
We saved the life.
Bro, that looks like a championship ring of some sort. Dodgers, Lakers, Kings. Somebody gave him a ring. When he was a councilman and they won, I'm sure of it. Somehow, some way, he snuck in and got a ring.
14-1, they were a contract at the airport. Take money from F and balance the budget using F. And I said, FAA is not going to let you do that. Another 14-1. And they did it anyway. And I said,
think it's a retirement ring? That's pretty big for a retirement ring.
And number 2, they proceeded to cut all of our grants. The grants that we had coming here to support transportation and other housing projects. They didn't learn. And it turns out they had to pay the money back. We lost all the grant money. And those kind of things were happening adversely to the people of the city.
Well, they're going everywhere across the country. They're not just going to Ohio.
Just recently, a few years ago, they tried to change the Department of Water and Power.
No, he's not in leadership anymore. He's retired.
When they give an opportunity to the private sector to own.
He speaks as good as Biden. About the same.
Water and Power. They put it on the ballot. You had a guy named Katz campaigning for it. No, it wasn't that Katz, the other congressman from the area.
I met Miss Fields one time. L.
The Democratic
or Mel.
Party here locally. They figured they'd get a good start. The mayor thought that'll happen.
I was working at this store in the mall in the Beverly Center, and she came in with her and her like four security guards. And I was like, what the fuck? Who is this? You know what I mean? And Next thing you know, she's like, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. Next thing you know, there's this pile of shit, like $3,000 worth of shit in the store. So we scoop it all up, put it in bags, and 2 guys stay with her while the other 2 tried to grab as many bags as they could and take them down to the car or wherever. And they had a Mrs. Fields there. So then I'm like, Jesus, that was crazy. And then I'm walking out the store, and then she goes right into the next store, and then the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one, and just buying so much shit. It was crazy.
Regulate the industry, the energy industry.
Yeah, ain't nothing for a cookie queen, right? She was super wealthy.
The mayor of Reardon at the time wanted to make sure that the city be involved in that deregulation program.
Come on, man. It's been 36 minutes of talking.
Wait a minute. Shh.
What do you mean,
My son.
Are you shushing people?
Pastor, I think was
Is he shushing? What's he doing?
And he told me, or I told him, I said,
Bro, you better quit the shushing.
You're going to deregulate us. You can't control what happens after you deregulate. So I was asked to put it on the agenda and vote to include the city in that deregulation program. Having been in the California State Senate, I do the timeline to keep it in that legislation. So I held it in committee until the time it expired where you could not have an amendment. And then they finally stupidly voted for it. And what do you think would happen?
Man, these kids are these kids are about asleep in the front row.
Edison International.
So is the chick in the middle, the black chick in the middle in the gray. Look at her face. Like she's so uninterested right now. She's like, wrap that shit up, B.
Had no jurisdiction or control.
It's probably her daughter.
Foreign industry.
I hear this shit all day, every day. I heard this story 18 times already. He told us last night at dinner.
But we're not in deep in power. There was no black guys, no brown guys. We had surplus energy that we could sell to the other parts of the state of California.
Well, Councilmember Holden, we want to...
We want you to wrap it up, Councilmember Holden, because you'll just keep going.
Dodson and Ms. Hutt and each and every one of you for providing me this honor. I'm going to tell you that, in my view, it's a great place to work.
You're stuck on Gaslight?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, and it's our honor to have you.
Thank you. We're going to cut you off because it's already been 45 fucking minutes. It's been 45 minutes, Nate, and you'll just keep talking. So we're going to cut you off, Nate. It's been good enough. We heard every fucking story for the last 58 years of you being in office. When are you going to be indicted? Thank you, sir. All right, let's move on. Look at her face in red. Look at the one in the red. Her face.
All right. Thank you all very much.
He's going to sit back down and start talking again.
Hold
on. I got more to say. Hold on, Mr. President. I got more to say. You know, turn my mic on. I'm going to sit back down, Mr. President, because I got more to say.
I saved a man's life here.
I saved a man's life here at one time with my Super Bowl ring. I beat the crap out of this one dude who was trying to beat him. I put it in my sock and I beat it with him.
Had a major
bro, the ring is so big it's hanging sideways. There's no way that's some retirement ring, bro. It ain't happening. That's a championship
there are
ring.
People asking him to leave the council.
Encore, right? Yeah. Let's get your ass.
I told you I'm not.
I told you I'm not getting up.
I'm talking about one of my colleagues.
I told you I'm not getting up. Leave me alone.
Had a problem. So what I did is that the press came to me. They say, "What about your colleague?" And I said, "He's a guy who never supported me in my life. Never gave me."
I want to see if he tries to get him out again. Thank you, Mr. Holden. He starts clapping and he still stays there. He sits back down one more again. I see it.
when a person is down, you don't kick him. And so the court, the DA, went after him. And so what I did, I took the hit.
The longer story, too.
Hit me all.
20-minute story that takes 48 minutes to tell.
He came back, and when he finished his term limits, I called him one day, and I said, what are you going to do with your life? He didn't really know. I said, I'm going to give you a
Mr.
job.
Herman's there. He's got a swastika on. I saw him already this morning.
Work for
He's
me
there.
until I retired. Then I arranged for him to work for Parks and Perry to stay. And he said, and his wife said, you saved his life.
And his kids.
And I thought it was important for me to share with you. You saved his life.
Saved his life.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause for Councilmember Nate Holden.
All right, somebody wheel him out. Somebody get him in a wheelchair and wheel that guy out. Let's go. Oy, oy, oy. Let's get it going. Oh, man, is he going to pull the mic up again and start talking? Holy shit. Yeah, guys, just escort him away from the mic. That'll be our best course of action. Look, there's the guy with the dick on his back. Look at his dick. Look at the dick on his back when he turns around. This guy right here.
And to your entire family.
Look, he's talking to Mr. Herman. Mr. Herman's right there.
I'd like to recognize now Councilmember Lee.
Oh, my God.
An announcement. Mr. Lee.
Bro, we're going to get 2 minutes of general talk.
Today, I'd like to welcome the Pacific Century Institute Youth Ambassadors.
Motherfucker.
If you don't mind standing up.
They want to get the kids in and out before fucking Mr.
PCI
Herman
is a
starts
nonprofit
talking.
organization in Council District 12 that's co-founded by Spencer Kim in the mid-1980s. The founders had held organizational meetings with a vision of improving international relations between countries and intercultural relations between the various inhabitants of the Pacific Rim region. In the first years of PCI's existence, they worked to expand knowledge and dialogue about the Pacific Rim by supporting
Are they supposed to be in
Asian
school,
studies
I guess?
programs at regional universities and disseminating over 200,000
They got the scared
Asian language
parents.
books to universities.
They still
and
got the
schools.
scared parents.
Since then, PCI has been involved in a broad variety of activities designed to support its mission of promoting education and research that will build a network.
Their parents didn't teach them that they have an immune system.
The Pacific Ocean. Under PCI's mission, the youth ambassadors who are here today were able to interact with local high school students, the Korean government, and business officials in Korea as more mindful youth leaders as they become promoters of
summertime right now?
and
School
societal
summertime?
change. Thank you very much for being
Who
here
knows?
today.
Maybe there's
Big
summer
round of applause for
schoolers.
these future leaders.
I went to
of
summer
Los
school all the time because I wasn't good. I went to summer school.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Lee. Welcome. We're happy to have you here at our meeting. With that, we're ready to begin the public comment portion of our
about goddamn
meeting. So,
time.
Madam Clerk and Mr. City Attorney, if you could please read in the instructions for comment.
Fuck. You want to call in? Here
And
it
if I
comes.
may, items 17 through 20, which have already been adopted, there is a request to send these items forthwith.
Fucking
Without
Paul.
objection, that'll be the order.
As indicated on the agenda, members of the public wishing to offer public comment should call 669
You can call in right there, 669-254-5252.
and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID. Once admitted into the meeting, press star 9 to request to speak. When it is your turn to speak, an automated Zoom voice will ask you to press star 6 to unmute. Let me repeat, call 669-254-5252 and use meeting ID number 160-535-8466 and press pound. Then press pound again when prompted for participant ID.
I'm
Once
running a
admitted into the
show,
meeting,
Weed
press
Whack. I
star
can't
9 to
call and
request
sit
to
there and
speak.
wait.
When
and
it is your turn to speak,
I'd have
an
to turn
automated
everything
Zoom
down
voice
'cause
will
then it's
ask you
gonna
to press
echo.
star 6 to unmute. Thank you.
To members of the public calling
Hi,
in.
Tara.
when
You didn't
it
miss
is your
anything,
turn to
Tara.
speak,
You
please
came in the
state which of
perfect
agenda
time.
items
You
would
missed
like
all
to
the
speak
garbage.
on.
Nothing.
You will have 1 minute per item to speak.
Your timing was
up to 3
impeccable
minutes
today.
total, and 1 minute for general public comment. Speak to the
Yeah,
item
he's napping. He
before
just
beginning
ate.
general public
Turtle.
comment. We will tell you when your time is up. When speaking on the agenda items, you must be on topic. Our goal is to get through as many speakers as we can.
All right, here we go, guys.
You are not
All the
speaking
madness
on
is
topic,
about to start. Look at homie's hair
or
today.
You cannot tell
Hold
that
on.
you are speaking on topic. You will get one brief warning from me or the president. If you do not immediately and clearly get on topic, or if you again stray off topic, you will forfeit the rest of your speaking time, and we will move on to the next speaker. The items open for public comment are
That fool just
21
wake up?
through 26. For members of the public calling in to speak, when it is your
Fucking
turn,
hair.
an automated message from Zoom will prompt you to press *6 to unmute yourself.
What is that right there?
If you do not do
His
so
hair has a
immediately,
boner.
then council staff will prompt you. If you do not immediately unmute
Cowlick.
yourself when prompted by staff,
On the side?
you will forfeit your time.
Cowlick's
and
in
we
the
will move on
middle.
To the next speaker. If you are listening
Never
to
seen
the
a
council
cowlick
meeting
on the side of your
computer,
head.
Channel 35 or another device, please turn down the volume on those other devices immediately.
He
when
must
it
have
is
been
your
sleeping
turn to
in the
speak.
back.
Because of a
his-
feedback and time delay
it's his antenna?
between
Makes
the live
sense.
meeting and the broadcast, it will cause a lot of confusion if you continue to listen on your
I
other
just trip on
devices.
how his glasses are
Finally,
straight,
for the
like
callers,
bent like that.
please
They're not
keep
straight
your
on
ears
his
to the phone
head.
so that
They're
you
like
know
that.
when it is your turn
To go
speak.
on that head.
Thank you.
Like there's just no way. Like they're all the frames are busted out on his side
Motion
for sure.
item number 22 as well.
Yes, please, if you could go ahead and read the amendment into the record.
Yes. So it is a motion from Council District 10 for item number 22, that item number 22 be amended to reduce the amount being transferred to $1,200, with all other aspects of the motion to remain unchanged.
Pumpkinhead.
The
What?
original
It's got a
amount
head
was
like
for
Stewie.
$3,680.
And is there a second on that motion?
Definitely a bowling ball.
Mr. Blumenfield seconds.
Mr. Blumenfield
All right.
seconds.
With that, we're ready to begin public comment.
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna call
The fuck
out a number of
happened,
names,
Paul?
and as I call your
You
name, if
pink-skinned
could make your way
bitch.
to
What
the
happened?
side aisle, please, on your left, so that the sergeants can direct you towards the podium. I'm going to call out first Sinboa Wright, Joe Martinez, Pedro Conde, Eric Sotelo, and Octavio Loya, please.
We're already going crazy. Dude. What's going on? It's a party up in the joint. Oh, let me go a little.
Good morning, Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items that you would like to speak on.
We didn't hear you.
Go ahead,
Okay.
Mr. Wright, if you could repeat your name and which item you'd like to speak on.
Definitely. Hello, my name is Simboya Wright. I'm speaking general. I'm the Vice President of Service Employees International Union, Local 721. And on behalf of President David Green, Executive Director, and myself, we're speaking on behalf of over 11,000 City of Los Angeles employees that works in every department in the City of Los Angeles, that keeps Los Angeles running. We're here today to say that we are ready for a fair contract. We've always stepped up to the plate when it comes to the City of Los Angeles. We worked through the pandemic. We were here, boots on the ground. All of these employees, boots on the ground. We want the city. We're asking the
You
city
went to
council
work while everybody had a
to
cold.
give the CAO's office authority to bargain for these specials. We negotiated. You voted on a one-year contract. Now we're asking for these specials to begin to be taken care of. So we're asking you
Look
to
who's here.
give the CAO
Look at Sean.
authority.
I mean, look at
to
this
make
guy,
Sure we have
dickhead.
bargaining and have
Thank
a
you.
fair.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you. We don't care. And look who's got a
Next
swastika
speaker,
right
please.
there in the front row. Look who got the swastika right there in the front row. Fucking crazy, dude.
Good morning, Speaker.
He's
If you could
crazy.
Please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Joe Martinez, and it's for public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
We're here to ask for a fair shake to be able to provide.
They're buddies. Look at them talking to each other.
The CAO promised us that we took small contract during the pandemic when we stepped up and they were in a bind. We went ahead and we took a contract. Now, when we go ahead and ask to continue what they have promised us, now they go ahead and just said, they're going to kick the can down the road, and they forgot what they told us. They literally told us, we've already talked to the council. They said, no, we're not going to address anything. We'll see you guys next year. That was
It was back in the day, Phil.
We're part of the bargaining team. They promised us. We're here.
Not anymore.
We work and we maintain
Thanks to
the
the
second
Nazis.
largest city in this country. We have kept it up.
Look, he's got the dick on his back. He's turned
demand
around.
respect, fairness,
Look right
and
behind the
honesty
speaker.
from
The
our
speaker.
city representatives.
See the dick?
That have gone out there and represent us and told us
Big
that they
penis
would
on his
help us
back.
and help us and be there for our families and be able to help everybody in our surroundings. Thank you.
I know you see the penis right. Look at the speaker. The guy's
Thank you.
walking away right
Next
now. You see
speaker,
the
please.
see the dick? Don't tell me you don't see the dick on his back. Come on, man. It's spray painted on his back. Look at the dick on his back. That's why he's turned around.
Name that you signed up under and the item
Everybody has to see a dick the whole time.
Public comments.
Okay, you have 1
Fucking
minute.
mushroom man, right?
Greetings, council members. My name
Actual
is Pedro
size shown.
President of the Airport Security Officers Association and bargaining rep for MOU.
Just to roll it up.
SEIU 721. I'm here today to request that you grant the CAO the authority to review and analyze the financial cost analysis report generated by the Airport Police
right,
Division.
twig and berries.
This analysis would help us better communicate with the CAO during bargaining sessions. As you may be aware, Airport Police is currently facing significant challenges in recruitment and retention, as well as mandatory overtime. Security officers
Yeah,
are allowed to have
Shecky, they're
unique
friends.
responsibility that no other security force has. Our duties include searching for firearms, improvised explosive devices, and narcotics, while also facilitating the movement of vehicular and pedestrian traffic with minimal staffing. These tasks often require us to interact with mentally unstable individuals
dicking
and
around.
irate motorists, which can lead attacks to on our officers.
Look
Despite
at Mr.
these
Harmon's
challenges,
arm.
we remain dedicated to serving the city of Los Angeles. We believe that fair bargaining is essential to our continued success and
He
ability
can't
to
even
provide
sit
the
still
highest
for
level of
1 minute,
security
like
to
a
those
little
who travel
kid.
throughout the airport. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Just like a little
Thank
kid.
you.
Can't even sit down.
Next
He's
speaker,
raising the
please.
roof. He just can't stop it. I
Good
love
morning,
it.
Speaker. You could please remind us.
Why don't you wear the blue? You too purple. You too
items
cool,
you would like to
homie.
speak on?
Yes, sir. Eric Sotelo, general comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
I am a city employee that is on the MOU 14 bargaining team for SEIU. Currently, we're coming to an impasse with the CAO's office, and we would like directive from council to them to return back with the EERC to get better revised agenda for us to go ahead and continue bargaining. Right now, we have plenty of issues that are being taken care of in grievances and arbitration, which the city currently is having trouble to go ahead and maintain. We want better directives from the EERC to the CAO so we can have better bargaining. We have plenty of members here that have worked tirelessly through the pandemic as well as day to day to keep the basic fundamentals for the city of Los Angeles going.
I get it,
That is what
Mushu,
we're
but the
asking.
connotation
That's
isn't
what
there
we need to
anymore.
keep the city up.
Let's be honest. Not here.
Thank you.
Not in this country, and and I mean certainly
Next
not in
speaker,
Germany.
please.
In fact, it's against the law. Go ahead and wear that shit in Germany and see what happens to you.
Please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items
Your
you would like
peace
to speak on.
symbol.
Octavio Loya,
I get it. I understand
Okay, you have 1 minute.
the history of the
We are
swastika.
here, I'm part of members
It wasn't
SEIU
derived by the
721,
Nazis. It was
and We're
taken.
all here to let you know and express our frustration with the CAO's office and how they've neglected to do a fair trade and a fair contract negotiation in good faith. They've lied to us. They've lied to all our city representatives, and they haven't told them the truth about what's going on with these contracts.
Yeah, we have
and the
Mr.
disparity that
Sachs.
some of my members here
Robot
have
dog.
with our families. We're all city members. We're all city employees.
2 years
We
in
all
jail
live
in
this
Austria.
city.
There you
And
go,
for
Remington.
some
Thank you,
reason,
Remington.
The CAO's office just feels
What's up,
they
Viking?
don't need to negotiate a fair contract with us. And we're just here to let you guys know that it's
That's
unfair.
true
You guys
also,
need to give them
yes,
some direction
slightly
so we can
different with
start
the
negotiating with
it's
good faith
cocked.
and give us a fair contract.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a little different. It's not exactly the
Thank
same.
you.
But I'm sure that's where they got it, right?
And as our next speaker is coming forward, thank you. As our next speaker is coming forward, I'm going to call out a few more names. Trevor Smalley, Rafael Yanez, Patrick Batiste, Manuel Tovar, please.
That's right, Paul Martin Crooker, you racist pink-skinned Nazi
My name
pig
is Mark Williams.
motherfucker.
I'm here for general comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
They're all leaving
In the
now.
Ninth Council District, we have interests, not issues. A councilman with no committee assignments does not promote our interests. The councilman needs to go now.
I didn't, Yessie,
We're
because
aware
I saw about
of
4 of
larger
them, and he didn't
crimes,
make
so
any
the
of the
change
noises on
subject
those.
crimes
So I got to keep
that
going
he's been
on.
indicted on. It's time for him to go now. And in the 9th Council District, we choose our representatives, not this group. The councilman needs to go now. We have interests that need to be protected. When you cover crimes against children and taxpayers, bigamy indictments don't matter. We don't need somebody here for 2 years getting paid to clear their name. We have interests that need to be represented. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, he still got
Next
the
speaker,
dick
please.
shirt up and making sure everybody can see it, too. I think it's like a sweater, a dick sweater.
Good morning, Speaker.
Patrick Baptiste, general comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
Is back there. Look at him in his green shirt,
Y'all honor
mask.
Nate Holden, the Honorable Nate Holden, and he said that he was here for the people. You guys all are here for the people. And just because we work for the city doesn't mean that we're not the people. We are the people. Serve us. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
They ain't finna serve you nothing but a pile of dog shit on a plate and let you say,
Speaker, you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on?
Good morning. Rafael Yanez, general comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
Thank you. I am also here representing SEIU 721, MOU 8, and right now we're at an impasse, and we want to make sure that all of the specials in our current contracts are resolved quickly and expeditiously. It's unfair that we're continuing to work for the city and work here every day, making sure that all of the issues are taken care of on a timely basis. And so we're here representing our union and our constituents in making sure that everything is taken care of in a timely manner. And I'm hoping that the CAO office would take care of our unresolved issues and specials in our
He's
current
changing the
contract.
camera so you can't
It's
see
only
it.
going to last for this 1 year. But yet, it just seems to me that
Camera dude must
for our
hate
future,
Mr. Herman. Makes his job so
contract,
hard. He can
I
just
hope
leave
that
it on and go.
the CAO
But
takes
no.
it seriously as well.
No.
Thank you.
I got to
Thank you
keep
very
turning
much.
it. Thanks to that one guy who keeps
As
showing.
our next speaker is coming up, I'm going to call a few more names.
Already seems mad.
Candido, Arnold Sachs,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Dr. Critical Truth Bay, please.
Critical Truth Bay.
Please remind us of the
Arnold
names
Sachs
you
is
signed up
coming
under
up, baby.
and items you would like
That's
to
all
speak
I need to know. My hero is here.
General comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
As we're approaching a 30% vacancy rate in the employee staffing in the city of Los Angeles, we've been seeking to reach a fair agreement on our contract with the city. And the city has communicated that
Yes,
its
Critical
main
Truth Bay.
purpose in this contract is to address retention. Yet none of the things that we've been
It's like eBay
countered on
Williams.
address retention. So right now we
Or
don't have enough people
Big
to,
Money Griff.
pick up the trash in a timely fashion. We have employees working mandatory overtime 4 or 5 hours a night. We don't have enough sewer workers to make sure that the sewage stays in the sewer lines where it belongs. We don't have the street services employees to keep the streets neat and safe for pedestrian and vehicle traffic. And when all these things back up and, become an issue and people start calling in, it's going to be the council members' offices that are answering these calls because we don't have the clerks to answer the phones. So I'm just asking that you use your influence to make the EERC and the CAO, communicate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, I'm sorry, sir.
And there you go. Nothing running right in the city, and I mean nothing.
Good morning, Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that
Nothing.
you signed up under and the items
Everything
you'd like
needs
to
help.
speak on?
Good morning to everybody. My name is Manuel Tovar, and it's just a general comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
First of all, thank you for taking the time. Just want to let
Mr.
everybody
Sachs
know
right
that we
there
do
in the
work
blue.
with the great city of Los Angeles and the same city seal.
He's not wearing his
all
kippah.
here as one team. I don't know why we are being divided and being disrespected. We come here every day to serve a purpose and to serve a city with honor, with dignity, and respect. I represent the city on and off the clock to the highest standards, and I am one of the biggest mentors in my district to also allow everybody else to understand how important it is to represent the city to the highest standards and give your blood, sweat, and tears on a daily basis, whether someone is watching or no one is watching. I am here to say that we will not be disrespected, nor will we come aggressively, angrily. We will do everything in the right way. And I am here to say that it is an honor to work for the city of Los Angeles, and I envision myself also in being in one of these seats in any time soon. And I just want to thank
in any
you guys.
time soon.
Thank you very much.
In any time soon, I don't think so, my friend. But yes.
Next speaker, please.
Mr. Sachs, he's coming up. Here he comes.
Yes, good morning, Arnold Sachs.
Good morning, Speaker. Which items would you like to speak on?
21, 22, and 26, and public comment.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items.
They ain't letting
and
you in your
1
little
minute for
club.
general public comment.
That's their
Please
club.
start with
Okay.
the items.
And I'm going to ask those who are leaving the room if you could please keep the noise down a little bit so we can hear from the other members of the public who want to speak. Thank you. Thanks for coming down.
Thank you.
Mr. Sachs.
Item 21 refers to the Wilmington Neighborhood Council. I remember about 8 years ago that in Wilmington area, they were offering payment in pesos, in Mexican currency. Who ever heard of that bullshit? Who was the city oh, I remember. Wasn't that the couple used to sit in the council? How can you offer Mexican currency in the city of Los Angeles? What the fuck is that all about? Isn't that racist? Isn't that hateful? I mean, the guy screwed over so many people. It's impossible.
Speaker, I'm not sure which
Number
item
22
you're speaking
is a
on,
mural.
so would you like to...
22 is a mural. There's plenty of murals. Some people need a mural to hold on to their Board of Supervisors seat because they're afraid of losing it. Because he was the #1 drug dealer in America. But that's a different story.
Ronald Reagan?
He said no to his own veterans. Number 26 is women's rights. So many women are being deprived of the opportunity of equal pay. There's problems with abortion. There's problems with women being appointed to boards like at Metro with no voting power. What the fuck is going on? Who is in charge in the city? I heard that Karen Bass was in the House of Representatives. Nobody knows who Barack Obama was. What is going on? It's like he just was erased out of the history books. How could that happen? How could this guy say no to his own goddamn plan? He had 15,000 people signed up in Skid Row. Affordable Care Act. The Affordable Care Act, a document I'll hand in, may require most people to have minimum essential insurance coverage. That's exactly what it is. Affordable care means you have coverage. He didn't want to pay, but he's going to pay because the state of California just sued his company, LA Care Health Plan. That's his private company. This is his business address right here.
Smoke.
1055 West 7th Street,
So,
10th
Speaker,
floor.
you've been
That's
asked to
his
stay on
building.
topic. I'm going to move you to general public comment.
That's fine. I can continue with this shit. It doesn't matter to me. They're having a blood drive at Los Angeles County Civic Center, but it doesn't dotted. Look at these figures. This is no neck. This is no neck. No feet, no hands. Why is this not white? And this is brown. So it's a brown figure. Who does it represent? Who started that bullshit? That was that bitch Mellow Desire. She came in the Board of Supervisors and say, Margaret Lee Thomas, these are your people at Skid Row. They're the black people. Oh, wait, they're the brown people. Who the fuck are they? There's a lot of people invested time in Skid Row, but nobody got Barack Obama elected except Margaret Lee Thomas. Then he said, fuck you, I'm not paying. And it wasn't you, YOU, it was a you. Oh no, that was the t-shirt I was wearing when I went into the board because it's all about ethics. Fuck this place. That's pretty stupid.
Oh, man, that was a good one. He was all over the place today. I love it. Mine was scrambled.
Good morning, Speaker. Please remind us of the name that you signed up under.
I love his voice, Rick. Rich. He's great.
All available items and public comment.
Come on, girl. Speak into that
so
mic.
The
So we can
items
hear
that
you.
are open for public comment are 21.
Our sound guy, turn her mic up.
26. And so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute.
Fucking
for
love
public
Mr.
comment.
Sacks. Man, she's a little emotional pause.
What the hell's going on?
It's egregious. I don't know what else to say as the house of cards are slowly falling down. It was a great presentation by Nate Holden this morning, almost an hour.
Almost an hour.
And you have hundreds of your own workers asking for minimum wage. How does that even make sense? At least $30 an hour, the maintenance, the custodians. Some of their supervisors didn't even show up, but some of y'all are getting raises as we speak. So, 25, campaign for commemorating the emancipation of enslaved African Americans. We don't need any more symbolism. McCosker and Harris Dawson, who is never here. Who is never here. So you got Binyam, who was walking up the elevator but couldn't house a black family in District 8, while the Ethiopian community gets business equity hand over foot. Mark Ridley Thomas, now Curran Price, Nuri Martinez. I mean, who else is next? District 8.
Thanks, Baldo.
District 10. You better stop playing symbolism with black families. You were warned on June 9th by Alicia Moore that Jesus is Lord. Whether you're playing God or not, he's the one that's going to change and hold you guys accountable. We want to work with you, but your self-interest is over the needs of the people. So Pedro Montez, Pablo, who worked for 25 years, can't even get $25 an hour.
So, Speaker, I'm going to ask you to stay on topic, please, or else I'm going to move you to general
And
public
what's your
comment.
name, City Attorney? Fable number 2.
No, this is just your turn to speak. Go ahead.
Personal protective equipment,
Fable number 2.
LAFD, community, certs. It would be nice if LAFD certs get the pay to reflect the PPP supplies. Ryan Aubrey, District 8, if you're listening, dear, I need you to run the hell away and find another job. You got some great interns coming in, but don't corrupt them as you guys fall one by one. We want you to respect black families first and foremost. Reparations is still not here. As you see, when Nate Holden was doing an interview, you had Arnold Sachs being offended because he was called a nigger by Herman. But we get called that every day, and it's free speech. Arnold Sachs. I would like to see equity. We don't need a banner. We don't need a banner. McCosker and Harris Dawson, while you're having a conversation, Soto, Martinez, and McCosker, do you mind? Just for 5 seconds, pretend you're listening to me. Because you're in District 15 in Watts. We supported you.
General public comment?
General public, we supported you in that seat. Where is the resources for black families in Watts, sir? We don't want a banner. Families want equity. We want the contracts that we applied for. I'm sorry, this is general public comment.
No, hold your time for 1 minute. Mr. Sachs, you have been shouting out since the beginning of this meeting. You were shouting out in response to another altercation, and you've interrupted Dr. Truthbay twice now. You're instructed to be silent or leave this meeting. I'm sorry, Dr. Truthbay. Go ahead.
Dr.
Thank you, sir.
Truthbay.
So we're asking that this banner that you're commemorating for descendants of slaves who built this country. My ancestors were lynched. We were snatched. We were beaten to this day. And all we want is equity. Just like the Croatians, just like the people in San Pedro, all the resources in San Pedro poured into Watts. You understand? The Watkins ain't doing a damn thing since then. And he's rolling over in his grave. We got to do better with housing. Let us help you. When we're supporting you and giving you proposals, respect it. Don't have your chief of staff disrespect black constituents who's writing the plans and giving it to you. That's all I'm saying. We don't need a banner. We want equity, housing, reparations. That's all. It should be on the agenda. We ask you to cease and desist until you have us on the agenda, not a banner. I'm saying do better.
Well, if you want reparations, you should get them from Africa, because your own people enslaved you and sold you and put you on ships. Your own fucking people. But you don't want to talk about that either. Or the, free blacks that own blacks here, or the 4,000 Democrats that own slaves
That's okay.
here.
I'd like to talk
Which item would you like to speak on?
on 25.
Sounds like you're not voting for the right people, lady.
You have 1 minute for the item and 1 minute for general public comment.
Thank you. In regards to 25,
Wah.
it's about banners, but for me, it's more about the continuation of talking about reparations for the black community. And I know a lot of people are against it, but really, if you look in your heart and what happened, when I think of all the things that the black community had to go through, even as a child watching, it was hard being a Latino, Native American in this country, but it was still something we went through and we made it. But the black community, there's nothing. There's no excuse. And reparation, I know some of my best friends disagree with me, but it's a way of saying I'm sorry. For me,
Well, start paying 50
a way of
guns.
saying I'm sorry.
Shut up and
Let's
start
go on to
paying.
public
Stop saying
comment.
you're sorry and start paying.
Once
You ain't got
again,
rid of
I
your
talked
guns.
to you about the no
Start
parking,
paying.
Zone issue that the previous council did on Reseda, just north of 118. There again, where about 20 cars smoking their dope, doing all the stuff that shouldn't be on a street, and there was the police. They had it surrounded. There was an accident. There was a crime. But it's something that you folks can straighten out. You take a look at that. Make an exception to say, on this street here,
I do have
we
one,
can
Kent.
go ahead and enforce the no parking zone. That's all we're asking. Please, just make a community safe again. There are many in your community areas like that where this is happening too. So it's
Stacy's
not just
in there.
in the 12th district. It's in all districts. Thank you.
White
Appreciate
t-shirt, guys.
that we
Stacy.
finally get some resolve on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Mr. 50 Guns, always telling people what to do, didn't give up his gun. Under, over. I'm saying under 12. Here we go, under 12.
Good morning,
All right,
speaker.
I'll just do general comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
All right. So, I'll just start off by saying that, we're all for workers' rights and, things like that. It does seem like you kind of packed the chamber with city employees today. Maybe, and then you're saying you're at capacity, but if you look outside the chamber, it says the capacity is 234. And they're claiming that, well, there's reduced capacity because of all the blocked off rows. So you're even admitting it. The whole reason you have all these rows blocked off is because you don't want to let the full amount of people you could potentially let in speak. And these barriers are ableist. They date back to when you were trying to keep people out because, we were saying we were shutting down every meeting, and KDL still needs to go. He needs to resign, and you need to be doing something to get him out of office.
Yeah, I won. 6.
Thank you. I'm going to call a few more names. Dr.
We only got
Joe
6. I
Humphrey,
love how he does this. Oh,
Esther
Dick guy.
Cohen,
It's Dick dude.
Garrick Gillum and Jason Madsen, please.
Good morning, speaker. Which items would you like to speak on?
Items 21, 22, 23, 24, and general public comment.
Okay, you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Mike Greenspan, Florida Gators, College World Series, UCLA. I don't. Well, let's go to 21. We're trying to hype neighborhood council participation over there in Council District 15. Let's go down memory lane. These neighborhood councils were set up as advisory councils. And as the late Harry Coleman said in the organizing stages, so the city could be advised on things they want to be advised on, i.e., it's not coming from the community. And now it's showing up. People aren't showing up because the city council is what counts. And in fact, Hahn, as mayor, tried to get the neighborhood councils to rah-rah for a tax increase. That's why people don't show up for neighborhood council. Well, item 22. Now, if we're transferring $3,680 from the street revenue fund for the special parking revenue fund, that means couches aren't getting picked up. Oh, well, you got enough homeless people. We don't want to take their furniture away. Shouldn't we be picking up the street furniture? Now, let's go to 24. We have used equipment, or I should say unused equipment. Now it's going to
What up, street people? It's good to see you.
If we
Cheers.
don't find another use for it. And so, yes, let's not put it to the landfill. Let's put it to use. Give it to a party that can use it. And let's go to 25. Hey, I knew of Juneteenth over 32 years ago from my cousins in Houston, Texas. Yes, they were celebrating it way back when. You guys are the last to come to the party. 26. To the victor goes the spoils. Geraldine Mendoza for the Board of Commissioners. If RIC KKK Caruso would have won, why, he would have put his people on. We know that. People like Mitchell Englander. Oh, he knows women really well. In fact, just ask. He went to Las Vegas to get his bribe. Money bribe, hotel room bribe, liquor bill bribe, pussy bribe. So he'd be great on the board of for the status of women, because he knows, he knows from the every part of that woman, because his escort was there, and we paid for Englander salary to do that. General public comment.
It's what, 9 minutes?
We have, a couple weeks ago, there was a Saturday meeting over at 5001 Obama. It was a transportation committee meeting. Councilmember Hernandez showed up. Councilmember Yaroslavsky showed up. Why, she even skipped the sermon from her scab rabbi at the synagogue on Shabbos. And the other one, Heather Huff, showed up. We had a couple of no-shows, Nithya Ramen Noodle and Tracy Park Place. Even Officer Duarte showed up. Officer Graciano showed up. Officer Elongoria showed up. I showed up. I came all the way from the San Fernando Valley, but, we couldn't get the racists like Ramen Noodle and Park Place to show up.
Ramen Noodle.
Because it was in a Schwarzen neighborhood. So let's talk about who the racists are and who showed up. And guess what? Dr. Critical Turnkey, a.k.a. Mellow Desire, wasn't there either.
Thank you. Next
You
speaker.
are. You're calling them Schwarzes. You're just as racist as them. You refer to them as Schwarzes.
Signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Dr. Jill M. Humphreys, public comment.
Okay, you have
so many doctors in the house.
My name is Dr. Jill M. Humphreys, and I am a native Black Angelino. I'm also the inaugural author of the Los Angeles, or the African Diplomatic Corps reception. I'm also most recently Fulbright Scholar representing the United States. I'm here because at least from February, probably up until about April or May, I spoke 4 times to the council regarding Councilman Price, regarding the ethics complaint that I filed in the stealing of my intellectual property. God don't like ugly. For the council, I just have to say I had no plans of coming and showing up, but I really wanted to just share. When I go teach in South Africa in a month, I'm going to use this as a case study. We are not the beacon. We are truly not the beacon of democracy. And for my Black council members, you did not respond to the Public Records Act's request. None of the Black council members. For those council members who did, thank you, namaste, for restoring at least some public trust.
Namaste.
So I just want to say,
Namaste.
Councilman Price, you still need to say apologize to my 90-year-old mom.
Thank you.
Corinne Price won't be apologizing to anybody. He'll be either in a jail cell or sitting at home collecting our cash. He won't be there anymore.
Speaker, if you could please remind
His last day was
you
Wednesday.
signed up under and
Lady.
the items
Tuesday.
you would like to
Sorry.
speak on.
Tuesday.
Garrett Gillum, General.
Okay, you have 1 minute.
My name is Garrett Gillum. I've worked for 17 years with the City of Los Angeles, SEIU, Local 721. I work at the Harbor Department.
Speak
and
up,
the
dude.
deckhand on the pilot boat at the pilot station. I work in Mr. McCosker's district. I'm part of a very small crew of people that keeps the cargo ships and traffic flowing in and out of the Port of Los Angeles. This crew kept everything running as normal through COVID, as we always have. Throughout the course of my 17-year employment, I have noticed that my union, Local 721, has always worked with the city to keep things running. Employees have taken pay decrease, have not taken pay increases or held off on our pay increases to help the city.
Monotone.
In my 17 years, we have never had to vote for a strike authorization. I would like to finish if I could. I believe my brothers.
Thank you very much.
And we showed up every day.
Sir, I'm sorry your time has expired. Thank you very
I
much.
want to just finish, but it doesn't matter
Sorry about
because
that.
I'm
Next speaker,
monotone, and
please.
it doesn't matter because I can't even use my voice into a mic. Thanks. What the fuck? Why waste your fucking time for that, dude? Grab your balls and pull them.
And the items you would like
Fucking use them.
Baby Bobble #1 fan, and I signed up for all available items. If you could just remind me, please, because I was outside the whole time.
Of course. So the items that are
I was
open for
outside the
public
whole time
comment are
smoking a
21
joint.
through 26. So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public.
And also, just for a point of information, I did sign up under a name that Corrigan called out. I was just being silly when I said right now. So don't think I'm up here just like jumping the queue.
Okay.
Sorry, that's important. So item number 21, Ms. Coscar Hernandez. I don't trust Hernandez anymore because she turned her back on the gay community, and she used a ship of Theseus argument, which is like freshman year college bullshit, where it's, if every piece on the ship gets replaced, is it the same ship? That's insane. Item number 22, Hutt and Price. I don't have anything wrong personally with Heather Hutt. She seems like a really nice person. It just sucks the way that she got put into her chair and she was caught in the middle of all this because she seems like, honestly, seems like one of the most genuine people on the board, on the whole council. But Price, the public has been warning you guys about his ethics violations and corruption for a long time. And I've been hearing about the stuff about the two wives in the public, and I thought they were being silly religious people, but I guess they were right. That's pretty crazy. So every motion, every item that's been put forward with Price on it needs to be, especially involving money, needs to be reevaluated because we can't trust any of those motions. 25, Harris Dawson McCosker. Harris Dawson turned his back when a black person was getting arrested.
Allison.
That was crazy. He was elderly, probably even older
Just
than
talking
Harris
to the
Dawson.
cop.
Harris Dawson championed through the Plum Committee, giving public land to the Marriott Hotel in the middle of a housing emergency. Pretty wild, and he's going to use his corruption to wiggle his way into vice president pro tem, which is pretty nuts when you think about it. So if we're going to be honest here and be adults, since Santa Claus isn't real, then let's keep it real here, y'all. Stop disrespecting our intelligence as the public when we're telling you things that later on end up being true, and then you're removed for those reasons. Item number 26, communication from the mayor appointing someone on the Board of Commissioners on the status of women. The status of women is that they're homeless, they're being beat up by I guess like their spouses in the fire department or police department. I don't know how that went, but they're beating up each other now, that there's chicks all up in the offices.
What?
Women are homeless, trans, they're being rejected and evicted. That's the status of women. And I was here one day and an old lady came up here, said she was a landlord. She's homeless now. And I yelled at you guys for not sending anybody to see her from the offices. And then I was told that like I had to be removed. I was removed because no one sent anybody to the lady to talk to her. Is this my public comment or am I still in the items? Am I still in the items? Or is this public comment?
You can continue with the item, but please make sure that you're talking about
yes,
the item.
So like I was saying about the items, about the status of women, is that it's pretty dismal, and that just putting a woman in charge of something called the Board of Status of Women doesn't fix women's issues. I mean, if you're just going to champion the same systems and processes that keep women like beat up and shit, like what are you even doing?
Like beat up and
that's
shit.
pretty wild. And if you're going to fight laws that give women the ability to defend themselves with a firearm, you're a part of the problem. You're the reason why women are afraid and shit because they can't defend themselves because they can't even go and get a gun. They can't even go get a .22 and walk around with it in their purse to defend themselves from people that might rob them, human traffic them, or a police officer or a fire department person or anybody beating them up because they're dating them.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't get into people's personal stuff. That's why I don't talk about any of you guys' personal things. I try to keep it pretty civil, even though it might not seem like it. I don't get into your business, your family issues, his wife, her husband used to write for this or produce this thing or Modern Family or whatever the fuck. I went to Harvard. I don't care about that. All I care about is that we have a lot of resources available to house and give people what they need right now without adding anything extra. All we have to do is use what we have for the people that need it now and stop acting like Santa Claus isn't real. We know the profit incentive behind like home ownership and property ownership. We know that that's the main reason. The developer lobby is the main reason why we can't use what we have now to house people that need it now. There's over 100,000 vacant units. You refuse to use that, and you talk about your allocated budgets, and you just sit there talking, having your side conversations, and you don't pay attention during public comment, and it really hurts. And I voted for you. I fucking voted for you, and it's really sad.
Oh,
you
voted for him.
That doesn't help. You need to be sitting there. You need to be.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Next speaker, please. Thank you. Your time's expired. Next speaker.
It hurts. It hurts.
Emotional damage.
Sit down, idiot. Speaking for all women. Don't you love it, women, when you have an idiot dude speaking for you?
Good morning. Okay.
Sit down.
Have
idiot.
a seat and be silent so other members
Sit down,
public
moron.
can speak.
Freedom fighter,
Good morning,
idiot.
Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you would like to speak on.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jason Madsen. I think it was general comment. I can't remember whichever the top one was. General comment, maybe?
Okay, so you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay. So I'm a heavy-duty equipment mechanic for the City of Los Angeles, MOU 14 SEIU. And as you guys saw today, there was a lot of us here today on our own personal time to show you guys that we are being affected by this, by our contract. So we're looking for you guys to get with the CAO, get with the, I think it's the ERC, I'm not sure the name for the budget committee, and try to get this moved along. We've kind of been strung along we were supposed to be starting bargaining after our quick contract on January 2023. We are now in June, middle of June, we still don't have our contract completed. We continue to get kind of strung along, and I think everybody's pretty much fed up with it. This is the first time we've had a strike vote, and 98% of our members voted for that. Today there's a lot of services that have been stopped since 9:30, 8:30 for us to get here, and that's just a little taste of what everybody's feeling to get this taken care of. So if you guys could maybe put a little pressure, if we need to do some more pressure, that way it kind of gets handled, because we're all feeling that way.
No, that's the guy who just spoke with his hand raised. It's the idiot who just spoke for all women. He just walked all the way around. He goes there because he knows the camera's there, and he can be in the camera's view while he's holding his fist up against oppression. And there's Stacy Cigar Bollinger. She just got up. She's coming to talk.
I'm not Goat Puppet's son.
So you have 1 minute for general public comment.
Goat Puppet.
Thank you very much. The issue at hand is I attempted to submit for my client a personnel complaint to the LAPD. There's a new operation procedure in which I thought a little shocking. It goes to the union first before it goes into internal affairs. According to the new operating procedure, in which the sergeant was nice enough to do on a business card, it goes to a mitigation before it goes to internal affairs. I don't read the dissent decree or the standard operation procedures in the LA manual that way, and I've attempted through my counsel lady to get more clarification. And the position with the council lady, Raman, is talk to the city attorney. I have a business card here from the sergeant that says everything goes through the union, and they actually contacted me. And I'd like to get more clarification. Thank you.
Thank you. Rob Kwan, Herman, Stacy Cigar Bollinger.
Uh-oh. Yeah, boy, got Herman coming up, Stacy Cigar Bollinger. There she goes. Will she sing? Will she not?
Good morning, Speaker.
Will
if you could
she
please
or
remind us
will
of the
she
name that you
not
signed up
be
under and
singing?
the items you would like to speak on.
I'd like to speak on items 22, 24, 25, 26.
Cigar. It's cigar, but it's
so you have 3 minutes for the
probably
items
spelled
and 1 minute
cigar.
for general public comment.
Okay, so item 22 is a motion from Hutt and Price. Considering the news regarding Councilmember Price, I think it should be a red flag whenever we see his name next to a funding motion.
Mhm.
But I was curious about this motion, so I thought, I don't know what the street furniture revenue fund is, because we're using public parking spaces and they're saying we need to transfer $3,600 and change from one account into another to compensate for the public parking. With this is parking that we own, so I don't really understand why we need to pay ourselves for that anyway. But I said, what is the street furniture revenue fund? What does that even do? So that is the fund, for anyone else who, like me, didn't know this morning. When you see an ad on a bus stop or a park bench or something like that, money is collected and it's supposed to go to maintain things like public toilets and park benches and shade for bus stops. So here what we have is money being taken away from funding for things that our city is seriously lacking: benches, shade, public toilets, and saying, let's give it to these parking spaces that we're going to take up for a mural, which I love art, I love murals, but why are we taking funding away from something that is so lacking to compensate for parking? Okay, I'm eating up my time here. 24, I'm just noticing that we're able to transport items and funding from
Robinson.
one agency to another. So in this instance, CERT trainings are great. That's the Community Emergency Response Team. It's run by volunteers. It's attended by volunteers who want to make their community a great place. Awesome program. So we're sending surplus PPE from the Port of LA into the CERT program. Now, those agencies have nothing to do with each other. So why I'm bringing this up is because I've had a lot of conversations with my representatives. When I say this agency has all this funding and resources and these ones are lacking, they act like they're totally separate, that they have nothing to do with each other. They don't inform each other. But then we have these motions. Let's give some masks from the port to the fire department. Great. Why don't we have that energy when we are looking at funding for the unhoused, for things that the city really needs, healthcare, things like that. 25 and 26.
Oh, no.
It's just really a joke that this body is pretending to care about racism at all.
Right. It's true, though.
And I think that's obviously why.
It's true.
And
oh, look who just walked in.
The status of women.
Look who just walked in the back.
Shitty. It's not
with
good.
the puppet.
Trans women are some of the highest most likely to have a hate crime committed against them in this city. We don't have health care. We don't have child care. We have working single moms who have no time, no money, can't pay their rent. So again, these motions are jokes. You do a lot of talking and then your actions do not back up the words that are in this document. So moving on to general public comment. I sent an email and tried to reach by phone Meg Healy from Councilmember 4's or CD4's housing department. I've told a lot of stories to people in that council district about my slumlord, Michael Goodrich, who during the pandemic tried to get my elderly neighbor to self-evict, telling her that her elderly mother, who was bedridden, was a liability and you need to move and you have 60 days. Now, they did this under an eviction moratorium. Now, sadly, my neighbor's bedridden mother passed not very long after that. But recently, that woman who still lives there, who's lived there since before the current owner, Michael Goodrich, slumlord, owned that building, her fridge broke, and he refused to replace it. Said, that's not part of your lease. She had to spend $400 to get a new fridge, and now she's going to food banks because she can't afford groceries. So if someone from your department could get back to me, if Med could get back to me, Nithya, that would be great.
Yeah, they'll be getting back to you. They're going to put a whole team on it.
Sir, this is the second time I'm going to tell you, be quiet and sit down.
Oh, yes. Mr. Spindler walking up, please.
Stop disrupting the meeting.
Viewer discretion is advised. Viewer discretion advised.
Stop talking. You are disrupting this meeting.
Viewer discretion is advised, everybody.
Good morning, Speaker. If you could please tell us the items.
He's already pissed. Look at him.
I want to speak on all item on non-general public comment, so attorney.
So the items that are open for public comment
What an
are
asshole.
21 through 26. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
Okay. I speak right now, okay? Hold up. Hold the shit. Regarding green bin, I support all the workers that were here for union, and I support them, and you know.
That's not on the agenda. Stick with the agenda or move on to general public comment.
Now, as far as the banners, as far as the street banner campaign, You know, us stakeholders want to believe we can support this shit off of the Wilmington community, but motherfuckers, please use my sign to demonstrate the kind of banners we need in our communities, like this. Like this. This way you fools will understand that we are all alike. And then on item on banner Echo Park.
Look at the fat guy in the gray suit.
Park. Is that how you pronounce it? Park? Oh, yeah. No. 22, nigga. Hut and Price. Project located in Vermont. Another presentation for funding for fucking mural. I support fucking mural. You see, I wear my design mural for the public to understand. I too a white nigga like you, Jew. Then I go to item on 23.
Smoke.
Another street banner. Now the guy up there smoking his pipe and bong, you're very funny. I like your presentation. But here we're talking about Soto. That's a street right here in Boyle Heights, and Miss Yogorskowski, who's right there laughing with Ramenuto there. Regarding street banner,
was he talking about
I
me?
want a street banner to represent people who suffer from eating disorder, like Ramenuto. And then we go to item 25. Oh, my God. My hero, Frederick Douglass. Yes, we need banners to demonstrate what Frederick Douglass did for this fucking country. Frederick Douglass, a slave, showed the world how a nigga gets into the White House to prove that he, a slave who murdered a man like OJ, can do it right. And that's the reason why I support the banner and not the Armenian banner, but the Turkish banners, because we support Frederick Douglass. And I love my African neighbors because they know goddamn right current price and CD9 fuck you over. Now into my general public comment, you faggot. So, U.S. Supreme Court, Brandenburg versus Ohio, U.S. 395-444, regarding how far is the nigger going to, yeah? This is what we're going to go to the niggers, a dirty nigger. Let's give them back to the dark garden. Send the Jews back to Israel. Jew. For this reason, in this court opinion, Mr. Attorney, in this court opinion, the motherfucker says save America. Save America from the goddamn Chinese disease of COVID. And that jackass, stupid.
Look at her. She won't even look at him. Look at her.
Too, because the budget doesn't help people.
Look at her
across
face.
the street. The fucking budget by that fucking dumbass Canoga Park and that fucking pussy ass Armenian prove that I'm right.
Next speaker.
Next speaker, please.
Wow. He went off.
Step away from the podium. Next speaker, please.
Yeah, I can't cut him up
Step away
too
from
much.
the podium.
Everything he says is too much. Like, there's very little I can cut out of there. He pushes the limit. He's a habitual line stepper.
Good morning, Speaker. If you
Look at him.
would
He's
please
still
remind
going
us the
live.
name
He's like
you
he's
signed
live
up
right
and
now.
The items you would like to speak on.
Morning, and Baby Fable, I got a deal. If you let us know your last name, I'm happy to promote you to that
Just
title.
go ahead and tell us what
Baby
agenda items you
Fable.
want to speak on.
Just tell
or
us
go to
your
general
last
public
name.
comment.
General public comment. The office still there.
You have 1 minute.
I've heard a lot of buck passing from y'all the last few days, and you should look at yourselves.
Passing the buck.
Charter Section 222 gave you the clear authority to intervene with Mr. Price. Any one of you, via charter, could have requested the city attorney opine on whether he needed to recuse himself. Obviously, you were all too scared to speak up and say that aloud, but you could have walked right over to him and said, hey, look, Curran, if you don't recuse yourself, I'm going to have to ask the city attorney to weigh in. And what have you done to address these issues? You introduced a motion in the fall to look at charter ethics reform and haven't touched the thing in 8 months. I've tried politely to convey that you need to take that up, and those calls are going to get a whole hell of a lot less polite going forward. Your government reform committee has decided to take a 2-month break from its main work. So if you want to take it up and have multiple hearings and hammer it out there, go for it. But personally, I don't trust your process. I don't trust the way you're handling
Mr. Sachs,
this
Mr.
not
Spindler,
casting a single
together
goddamn
with
vote and
Mr.
having
Herman,
John Wickham go behind
all the
clipboards and
all-stars,
hammer out compromise without
except for
any public
Harlan.
direction. Really, you can't be trusted to reform yourselves, and you should send that thing back to the Ethics Commission.
Telling you, if there was a Mount Rushmore, it'd be Mr.
Thank
Spindler,
you.
Mr. Herman,
there
Mr.
any other
Sachs, and
speakers
Mr.
that are
Harlan.
called?
They'd be the Mount Rushmore of this shit.
Okay, that'll close
No!
comment here in the chambers.
Let
yeah, I'm
Spindler.
sorry, we've taken public comment for nearly
That's
an
bullshit.
hour, and you also signed up very late. So stop disrupting the meeting. Be silent or
yelling.
you'll be removed. Let's go to
Fucked
the
up.
phones for the first speaker.
That's fucked up. Can't even give 1 minute.
Listen, no, there's no points of information. Just because you sign up does not guarantee an opportunity to speak. I've taken public comment for nearly an hour. Mr. Spindler, you are ordered to not disrupt this meeting or you'll be removed.
50
Let's go to the
fucking
first
minutes
caller
of
on
Nate
the
Holden.
phone.
50 fucking minutes we had to sit through a Nate. Can't get him 1 minute of Mr.
Ms.
Spindler.
Cigar Bollinger, you are instructed not to disrupt the meeting. Go to the first caller
Get
on the
loud.
phone.
Get
now.
loud. All of
First
you
caller,
motherfuckers.
which
Get
items
loud.
would you like to speak on?
Public, I'll speak on items 19, 20, 25, and general comment. Item 22. This item is by hand-picked Uncle Tom Coon Heather Hutt for $3,600 mural. That is what the black community needs. A stupid $3,000 mural. When Bloomfield puts forth and gets multi-million-dollar mobile emergency drug treatment unit for his people. Nori Martinez, petty pink-faced dictator Paul Krikorian selected Heather Hutt, comes up with a $3,600 mural. I demand a no vote on this nothing mural. Heather Hutt should not be allowed to vote on this item because she has not been democratically elected by the people, but only installed by pink-faced, corrupt Armenian dictator Paul Krikorian, who has thrown more members of the public out of sleazy hall meetings in the last couple of months than in the entire history of the city of L.A. The year 1781. Lock up Curran Price and Ridley Thomas and Sleazy Dawson. Item 23 is regarding a street banner program. Again, I demand that Heather Hutt not be allowed to vote on this item because she
Yeah, I
has
can't
not-
turn it up,
was not
Sarah.
elected to
It's up
represent
full
the
blast.
community. And
That's on their end.
The black coon sellouts on this corrupt council, Price, Sleazy, Marquise Dawson, Heather, do not represent the needs of the black people. Black coons sit in 20% of the council seats when we are only 12% of the population. We are double represented public. Then why are we nearly 50% of the homeless, the incarcerated, and unemployed? 24 is a motion by extremely short, rounded-headed boy Sleazy Marquise Dawson, who we predict to be the next corrupt, self-serving Uncle Tom to be indicted and should therefore receive a no vote on this item, just like there should have been a unanimous no vote on Council File 18-0957 when Dawson
Speaker's on the
tried to
phone.
take
That's why
the
light.
Black community
That's why light.
unemployment office for his personal office space. General comment.
These are all phone
This
callers.
racist, incompetent, and corrupt city government is going to try to, again, cramming the Hyundai car company, LAPD robot, down our throats. The public does not need this. The LAPD, killer robot dog of oppression. We the people don't want the Hyundai car company, LAPD robot dog, killer robot dog now. Yes, Hyundai is responsible for this attempted oppression of minority communities. Yes, boycott Hyundai, the car company, which owns Boston Dynamics, the maker of the LAPD killer robot dog of oppression machines. Join us in our boycott of Hyundai. Boycott Hyundai. Call Hyundai Car Company and tell them you are boycotting their cars for their attempted oppression of our minority communities via the LAPD.
Hasn't even
These
killed.
Coon Tom's blacks on the Sleazy Council do not represent us. Indicted Curran Price, Sleazy Corrupt, Little Man Dawson, and Heather Hutt.
Thank you.
Vote for
Next
the
caller,
oppression.
please.
It hasn't even killed anybody yet. They haven't even used
Caller,
it yet.
which items would you like
Richard
to speak
Stevens,
on?
we're good. How are you? I don't know.
I would like to speak on 21, 22, 25,
Brock Landers.
26 in general public comment.
Wish I could hear him better.
So you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment.
All right, thank you. For 21, why not add a banner for Smoke and Scan? The people in the neighborhood could learn a lot if they spend a little bit of time with us on Smoke and Scan. Happy birthday, Mama Smoke and Scan. 22, I think you should add Stinks to the mural. He's a tuxedo cat. They're really the cutest, and why not? Number 25, the banner campaign commemorating the emancipation of enslavement. For the people that are using this to talk about reparations, if we wanted to be serious to talk about the evidence, we might compare where blacks stood 100 years after the end of slavery and where they stood 30 years after liberal welfare. In other words, we could compare hard evidence to the legacy of slavery with hard evidence to the legacy of liberals. 26, the status of women. Seeing the beta males that show up to the council meeting, it's no surprise that Stacey says the status of women sucks. If they watch Smoke and Scan, the status of women would get better. One chase a week is shown to increase your testosterone. To general public comment, it says you guys have 5 vacant positions on the Climax Emergency Commission. Watching the people that show up to the council meeting every week, it's no surprise that there is a climax emergency plaguing the ladies of LA. I would like to throw my hat into the ring for one of the vacant positions. I don't want to brag, but Brock Landers has helped a fair amount of ladies through climax emergencies. Not stingy with the lingus. If appointed, though I would only occupy one position, Brock Landers is proficient in a plethora of positions. You want to be treated as burdensome when you come to Brock Landers to get through your climax emergency. Brock Landers will work tirelessly, pounding away to get as many ladies as I can through the climax emergency. Brock Landers is going to work so hard that we're going to have a walking fun emergency when I'm done. Eric Trevin for City Council.
Thank you. Next caller, please.
Shout out to Brock Landers.
Next caller, which items would you like to speak on?
Caller, I watch Smoke and Scan too. With my mask on.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi.
Hello?
We can hear you. Which items would you like to speak on?
Caller.
Which item? Today I would like to speak on general public comment, please.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Please begin.
Don't recognize the voice.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Krikorian, where is the democracy in the city of Los Angeles? Because as a council member, you should take public comment from everyone who signed up for public comment, in chambers and by telephone.
That's right.
This is not democracy when you're telling your constituents of the city of Los Angeles, we've taken public comment for more than an hour, and just because you signed up, it doesn't mean you get to speak. That's not right, Mr. Krikorian. There's no democracy right there. What's going on? What a sham that we have. This council's a sham. Now we have a 4th council member indicted on federal corruption charges. How interesting is that? You know, the people of Los Angeles have lost trust in you folks, man. I don't understand what's going on.
Thank you.
What do you mean you don't
that'll close
understand?
public comment on all agenda items.
You're
and
kidding.
General public comment.
You're fucking
Madam
kidding.
Clerk, what's available for us to
What do
vote
we
on?
have? Three?
The council may
Three
now
on the
vote
phone?
items 21
Fucking
and 23
three?
through 26.
Ms. Segarra Bollinger, I've warned you before. You will not disrupt this meeting. Or
loud.
you'll be removed.
Get loud.
I'm sorry, Madam Clerk. We couldn't hear what items were before us.
The council may now vote on items 21 and 23 through 26.
When they vote, you get loud.
Those items are now before us. Members, are there any members who wish to be heard on those items? Seeing none, let's go ahead and open the roll.
Piece of shit, Paul,
Close the roll
motherfucker.
and
That's
tabulate
right,
the
Paul
votes.
Martin Krikorian, you racist, pink-skinned Nazi pig motherfucker.
Thank you. That will take us then.
That's
to
you.
Item
The
number
fuck
4,
happened, Paul? You
which is
pink-skinned
called
bitch?
special
What
by
happened?
Councilmember Soto Martinez for comments. Councilmember Soto Martinez. Item 4.
I did it for Mr.
Come on, comb over. We don't give a fuck what you got to say, comb over.
Councilmember
He called
Roman.
it special because I was at.
I don't care what none of you motherfuckers got to say. Oh, here we go.
I wanted to
The
call
bitch who
this
got to
special
read off this
because
shit and stumbles over her own words.
alert people to the
Hurry
fact
up, affirmative
that
action
AB
hire.
1383,
Hurry up.
Which is moving forward in implementation. I want to make sure that this council's eyes are on it as it's moving through our city, moving through implementation, and how and ensuring that
How and
our
ensuring that I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just like Kamala Harris and I talk in circles and I don't know what I'm saying until they told me to tell what I'm saying and I don't know what I'm saying.
Successful way. For those of you who don't know, SB
Is that Kamala's
1383
fucking
was
sister?
passed essentially
Is that
to
Camel Toe's sister?
remove
Anybody know?
Organics from our waste stream to reduce emissions. So organics make up a huge amount of our waste stream, and it results in methane emissions, which are
I got methane
really
for you,
bad
bitch.
our
Come here, give me your face.
Right
Right there.
Hold on a second, Councilmember Rahman. Mr. Harlan, if you could please not disrupt the meeting. Councilmember
No,
Rahman,
you disrupt the meeting, Mr. Harlan, because we didn't get to hear from you.
Go right ahead.
I didn't get to hear from Mr. Harlan.
But
And
I
we're
do
going to
wanna
hear from
flag
Mr.
that
Harlan.
because of the way in
Okay,
which
that's
our
how we're going to do it, Paul.
recycling programs are structured.
you guys
Some of
think
our
you
larger
are?
commercial account holders, which are responsible for a great deal of our organics waste, including multifamily residential buildings, so all of our apartments, are nervous about the new program because it's going to be more costly, potentially.
That's her cousin?
And so this is a motion that
I wouldn't doubt
really
it.
wants to make sure that commercial customers are not incurring additional fees as a result of how we're responding to new 1383 regulations here. So just wanted to flag that for everyone because I know it's not on everyone's agenda.
Yeah,
but I do
it's
think
not
a
on
lot
anybody's
of your small
agenda.
businesses and a
Nobody
lot of your
gives a shit.
multifamily units are probably dealing with it.
Sit back down.
If anyone.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Just like Camel
Does anybody
Toe.
else wish?
Ends it with a
Sir?
weird, odd laugh.
If
Just
you wanna
like
have a
Camel Toe.
conversation, take it outside so we can proceed with our work.
I own the Port of Los Angeles. That's my
All right.
property.
Anybody else
You're not
wishing
to
to
be
be heard on this?
hiring anybody into
Seeing
the
none,
Port of Los
let's
Angeles.
go ahead and open the roll.
You're not to be building
I'm sorry,
anything in the
Mr.
Port of
Kwan,
Los
you
Angeles.
spoke. I'm not going to have this meeting disrupted by people who want to have a conversation. We took public comment for over an hour.
Oh, we
That's
worked for an
it.
hour, a
We're
whole
done with
hour.
Public comment. Mr.
whole
Kwan,
fucking hour.
Do not disrupt this meeting. I'm telling you.
I'm
You are
telling
done.
you.
You're disrupting the meeting. This guy, pursuant to Rule 12, please remove him from the meeting for continuing to disrupt, despite 5 warnings at least.
Aw.
Ms. Cigar Bollinger, you too.
Aw.
Remove Ms. Cigar
Big
Bollinger
mad.
pursuant to Rule 12. She's excluded from this
Big
meeting.
mad. His face
Enough
is getting red.
Enough.
Getting mad.
Do you want it?
Oh, hi, I'm Donald Harlan. I'd like to speak on agenda items number...
What the fuck is going
And for the
on?
record, please note that the gentleman in the black shirt is still refusing to leave the meeting after receiving multiple.
The gentleman in the black shirt is continuing to disrupt the meeting
That's the
despite
fist holder.
my order that he be removed.
That's the fist holder. Get loud when they fucking vote. Don't let them do their work. They ain't
Next
doing nothing.
item. What's now before us?
They're busy stealing.
That would
Like
be item
fucking
22.
current price. You fucking thief. You got caught, huh?
I'm trying really hard, Mr.
I'm trying
Please.
really hard. Gives a fuck what you're trying,
I'm sorry,
bitch.
item number 4, if you would like to take the votes.
Item number 22, as amended, is now before us.
You wouldn't
Is
talk
there
to
any
nobody
member
like
wishing
that
to be
in a
heard on
dark
item
parking
22?
lot. He
Councilmember
wouldn't talk
Hyde.
to nobody like that.
Mr.
He'd be
Chair,
running to
that-
get in his little car, locking his door.
Mr. President, I'd like a technical amendment added to item number 22. Mr. City Attorney, can you read in the technical amendment, please, for the record?
So, Councilmember Hutt, I believe we read this in earlier, but I can.
You know what? I'm sorry.
No worries.
Glug, 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 glug. Fucking comb your hair next time you come out, oh boy.
Okay. So on item 22, as amended.
I love it.
Let's go ahead.
Get loud.
And open the roll.
Get loud when they try to vote. Fuck them.
Close the roll.
Fuck
and
'em.
tabulate the votes.
10 ayes.
Thank you. And
No,
now
Brad, I don't
with
see him
the
there
various
anymore.
Distractions that were happening after there
Mr.
was,
Herman's gone.
The presentation by Councilmember Rahman on item 4. I neglected to call it for a vote.
That was ramen noodle.
Let's go ahead and return to item number 4.
When they kept calling ramen
Is there
noodle.
Anybody else wishing to be heard? Seeing none, let's go ahead and open the roll.
Balloon
close
head.
the roll, and tabulate the votes.
He's got a boulder head for sure.
10
dude.
eyes.
Those glasses get. As
Thank
soon as he
you.
put it on one
Madam
time,
Clerk, what
oh
is
no,
next?
I see him now. He
Thank
is
you.
there.
Now
I'm
the council
sorry.
has motions for
Took the
posting and
swastika
referral.
off.
Without objection, posted and referred.
He's
The
right
desk
there.
is clear.
Thank you very much. Members, are there any announcements?
That's it. They're about to get out of here.
Councilmember
They can't.
Hutt,
Too much
followed
heat.
by Councilmember Hernandez, followed by Councilmember Harris-Dawson.
Thank you.
They don't want to stay around for the
Can you
heat.
have a graphic? Do you have a graphic?
I don't care about your graphic.
All right. This Monday is Juneteenth, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to share and invite you all to join us for a weekend to celebrate. Tomorrow, we're partnering with Nike Keep It 100 to host a 5K in Leimert Park Village. So come run and jog with us. This immersive experience
She'll
to
be-
celebrate Black joy, resilience,
She'll be walking.
recovery,
She won't be
fitness,
running or
wellness,
jogging.
and artistry.
She'll be walking.
And then at 11 a.m., we'll be celebrating and co-naming Jefferson Boulevard as New Orleans Corridor. This event makes a significant milestone in conserving the history of Black people who came from Louisiana to Los Angeles during the Great Migration via the Sunset Route. Mayor Bass and Mayor Cantrell from New Orleans will join us for this celebration of unifying these cities. The ribbon cutting will take place at 11 a.m., followed by a second line parade. This is at Holy Name Church on Jefferson. The address is 1977 West Jefferson. And then on Monday, we have the beloved annual
Does she look like she's in shape? Mark?
Festival in Leimert
Come on,
Park.
man. She ain't
On
jogging.
This day, it'll be historical. We're expecting lots of folks out there.
That's what she'll be
And we
doing,
have
walking in
Jasmine
LA.
Sullivan, in the evening to be our artist. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank
She
you.
won't be running in LA. She'll be
Councilmember-
walking in LA.
I'm sorry, Councilmember Hernandez.
Thank you, Council President. I just want to give a quick shout out that that this Saturday on June 17th, it's Global Garbage Night. To uplift our garbage collectors here in the city of Los Angeles. We have refuse collection truck operators, RCTOs. I got to meet some of our RCTOs yesterday, some local ones in my neighborhood. And they just talked about their stories around how during COVID-19, they were one of the departments and some of the workers that never took time off. They were consistently working through the pandemic. And I
The
just
others
wanna
were
make
forced
sure that we
to
can
by
uplift
your
them.
fucking
And quick side
your
note,
fucking
there are a
coworkers.
few things that you can do to make their job easier.
Mm.
When you pull out your trash cans, make sure that they are 3 feet apart from the other trash cans or cars and sidewalks. That just makes their job a lot easier. Thank you so much for letting me uplift them, and let's all celebrate them.
Thank you. Councilmember Harris-Dawson.
Thank you so much, members, and I want to join Councilwoman Hutt in inviting everybody, the entire council, to our Juneteenth celebration on Monday afternoon. It'll be a fun event there in Leimert Park in the Crenshaw District, as well as the Louisiana.
I can see
event.
myself.
My family comes from Louisiana, so we're very, very excited. That's why my name is Marquise.
Marquise.
We're very, very excited, and congratulations to
Marquise.
Councilwoman Hutt for that event as well. Also, last night we got to honor Mr. Luis Moreno from the Department of Sanitation as the leader of our teams that pick up bulky items in the area. There was a Board of Public Works held their meeting in
that was
LA last night.
nicked or
And I will
tokened
tell
by
you, Councilwoman Hutt, Councilwoman
Mr.
Koska,
Herman.
We heard complaints about sidewalks and tree
And
trimming
actually,
and
I think it was
potholes.
actually the robot dog's
Constituent after
husband.
constituent stood up and
Robot
said,
dog
"When
lady's
we call about
husband
bulky items,
was the first one to
sanitation
call him
shows up right
Marquise.
away." And so we were
The
very
first one I
proud
heard
to recognize him and recognize the Day of Refuse Workers. Also on this coming Saturday, beginning at 9 a.m. at Jesse Owens Park, at the Mark Ridley Thomas Constituency Center at 84th and Vermont. We will both cut the ribbon for our district office, which had been closed during the pandemic.
That true, Yessie? Probably.
We'll cut the ribbon for that and
I'm
have a
sure you
grand
wouldn't say
opening.
it.
And this will also be where Ciclavia.
They don't want to talk about that, though.
A bunch of us will be riding bicycles up and down the street.
It's only
and
those evil white
celebrating,
dudes.
transportation, celebrating family, as
Beanie,
well as the
how are
opening
you?
of our district office there on Vermont and 84th Street. So everybody's welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilmember Rahman.
I just wanted to rise.
Oh,
I
good.
think I want to hold space this month. It's Pride Month for
She
queer
couldn't
joy,
get this out
for
the first time?
celebration of love that we have during Pride Month. And I saw so many of you this past weekend at Pride, and it was incredible. But I also just want to underscore that we are facing a grim reality right now in LA that homophobia, bigotry, and LGBTQ plus
Clutch.
hate are intensified during
I can
this
seem
moment.
more emotional.
And I think it's important to acknowledge that in these chambers. It's been deeply unsettling to me. Today, we introduced a resolution to reaffirm that the City of Los Angeles stands in solidarity with the LGBTQIA plus community in condemning recent acts of hate. But I just wanted to stand up and speak those words out to this
What
body.
about 2C?
Recent incidents at Satakoy Elementary, the protests at the Glendale Unified School District board meeting, the repeated destruction of pride flags on the Shakespeare Bridge in my district, the disruption of a drag queen story hour at the Sherman Oaks Library. All of these are incidents that I never thought we would see happening in the city of Los Angeles, and yet here we are. And I think it's really, really important this month, but also every month, to speak our truth, which is that in this city, we stand up against acts of homophobia and violence. We stand up against all of this hate. This resolution is just a resolution, but it is just a small piece of what I know all of us can do and must do in our own communities to ensure that Los Angeles continues to be a place of love and welcoming for everyone, including every member of our vibrant LGBTQIA plus community. Thank you.
Yeah. Constant victimhood.
Councilmember McCoskey.
Constant victims.
Thank you very much.
That's all there is in these
CD
chambers.
15, I just
Victim
wanna talk
after
about a little bit
victim
about
after
our
victim
Juneteenth
in these
celebrations,
chambers.
And we have a Pride celebration. So tomorrow at Peck Park in San Pedro, we'll have a Juneteenth. So Peck Park is our local regional park down in the south end. And that will start at 10 a.m. And also tomorrow, we'll have our Pride on the Port event, which will be at the beginning at the Maritime Museum down on the waterfront. So it'll go all day on the waterfront. So I'll be going back and forth between Pride and Juneteenth. And then on Monday, we will have Pride celebration in Watts at the historic train station. So there's lots of great events. I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to celebrate Freedom Day as well as continue celebrating Pride. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other announcements, members? All right. Seeing no other announcements, are there motions to adjourn in memory?
I guess that's it
Councilmember
for
Park.
today.
Thank you,
If
Council
we could all
President.
please rise for adjournments?
Can we all
It
please
is
rise for adjournments?
With profound respect and deep sadness that today we honor the life of a valued member of the CD11 community, a scientist who devoted 36 years to NASA, Dr. Firuz Naderi. And I would like to welcome his friends and family who are with us this morning in council chambers. Dr. Naderi was born in Shiraz, Iran, and came to the United States for college in 1960.
These poor Iranian folks had to
He
sit through
received
all
his
that shit.
undergraduate degree at Iowa State University and his master's and PhD at the University of
Boy,
Southern
always got
California.
some really tough
All
plugs.
of his degrees were in electrical engineering. He returned to Iran for 3 years to work for the Iranian Remote Sensing Agency, but left after the revolution in 1979. Since then, he worked in various technical and executive positions at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, including as the director of Solar System Exploration, where he was in charge of the many programs and projects that pushed the understanding of our galaxy.
Think he does
During
Botox?
his
Or he
career
did
at
Botox?
JPL, Dr. Naderi managed the Origins program in its search for Earth-like planets.
He's pretty young.
This led him to his role as the head of the Mars exploration program for 5 years, where he launched 6 successful Mars landings, including the rovers Spirit and Opportunity. He also led the launch of the Mars Odyssey spacecraft that is still in orbit today. In 2005, Dr. Naderi was named Associate Director of the Project Formulation and Strategy, which was followed by his final position as Director for Solar System Exploration. In this role, he sent robotic missions to Jupiter,
those are definitely hair plugs.
Saturn, asteroids, and Europa,
Bad hair.
and led the formation of the
Early
first
hair plug
ever
deal.
Mars helicopter. He received numerous awards for his work, including NASA's Outstanding Leadership Medal, Space Technology Hall of Fame Medal, and NASA's most prestigious award, the Distinguished Service Medal, upon his retirement in 2016. The International Astronomical
wearing fall
Union
colors?
even renamed an asteroid after him. Dr. Naderi was a great boon to the scientific community, but also a pivotal figure in the Iranian-American community.
Girl, it's almost summer.
Because
It's pretty
of his
much
deep
summer.
commitment to the Iranian-American
Must be wearing them
youth in
summer
our
colors.
community, Dr. Naderi mentored
She look like a pumpkin.
thousands of Iranian-Americans and young scientists during his lifetime. Along with his many scientific awards, Dr. Naderi also received the Ellis Island Medal of Honor in 2003 and the Great Immigrants Pride of America Award from the Carnegie Corporation of New York in 2015. Dr. Firuz Naderi's position and his prominence among Iranians was elevated as he fully leveraged his credibility and humility in echoing the voices of Iranian youth in their fight for freedom. On June 9th, 2023, Los Angeles lost Dr. Naderi, one of the most decorated and influential scientists and Iranian Americans who made a major mark in space exploration and advancing human knowledge. May he rest in peace.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Park. For
No
that
signed basketball for the family?
in memory of an extraordinary life, and our condolences are with his family and friends. Any other motions to adjourn, members?
Guess that's it, guys.
All right.
About done.
Well, I wish you all a happy Juneteenth. I wish you all a happy Father's Day, and with that, this meeting is adjourned.
Well, that's it. Let's go live to the Elbow Room Bar where they're just popping. It's live. It's rocking here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. There's some room here at the. Usually it's quite a bit more packed, but it's only 3:17. They're here before happy hour. Well, no. When does happy hour start? I'm not a drinker. When does it start? Does it start early, like at noon? Goes to like 7. When is happy hour? Mostly. I mean, I don't know. I should be dragging. Yeah. 5 o'clock? 4:20? 5. So 5 to 7. You get that 2-hour jump. Some half-off drinks from 5 to 7 because they're slow at that time normally. 5 to 6. Because I saw I went to go get some food and there was a bar next door and it said happy hour till 7 there. So I know at least at that bar, not far from my house, there was that. 4 to 7. Yeah. Looks like they're having some fun. Day drinking, yeah. Dude, what I'd give to see 4 dudes roll up in here, and I mean Arnold Sachs, Mr. Harlan, Mr. Herman, and Mr. Spindler, all up in this joint, and just watch them. Just watch them get along, like if they'd all just group up together, which I'm probably sure they would. Or maybe I see Mr. Spindler's a pimp. Mr. Spindler would get the puppet out. He'd be right in the center of the floor dancing with the puppet. The girls would love, let me try the puppet. I want to try it. You know what I mean? It would be that kind of deal. Mr. Harlan would be standing there just staring at everybody's asses. I could see Mr. Herman fucking dancing around. Fucking, I could see it. I really could. Mr. Sachs figuring out where he could put all his bags of shit down. You notice that? He carries a bunch of shit. He's always got that big backpack on. He's got that giant bag of shit with him. And he has another bag too sometimes. Sometimes he's wearing 3 bags with the backpack and 2 bags. It's wild. No. This isn't the same bar. That's Sloppy Joe's, Eric, in In Key West. This is a Elbow Room Bar in Fort Lauderdale. Same state, just different cities. Midday drinking, yeah. It was an all right, meeting. I just sucks that we had to endure fucking an hour of Nate Holden, and they couldn't give you 1 minute of Mr. Spindler. See, that's how they are. I mean, really, let's be honest now, guys. There wasn't another 20 people to talk. So had you said, okay, you know what? We know Mr. Spindler's just going to talk crazy, but let's just give him a minute so he's not going to yell and he'll leave us alone. Just one more fucking minute. We'll give you 1 minute of public comment. That's all I'm giving you because you came late. He would have took the minute, he would have been done, and he would have been on his way. They won't even give you that. You know what I mean? Sucks. Just sucks, man. They're just, they don't want to hear nobody. Even the ones that are truly there on a real basis, trying to make a change or trying to get something done, and they don't want to hear them either. It's always that way, Sad deal. Yeah, Melanie. Intolerant Friday. Is that what it is? Well, could be. Could be that. Well, we'll see. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see. I guess you guys are saying Oreo Express may have the what you call it, the feed to that protest. I don't know. We'll see. Because I know Joe won't be there. Joe's in Arizona. He was there last night. Yeah, I'll do one more with you. I'll smoke one more with you, and then I'll head out of here. So you guys like the new drops? You guys like some more of those? I can get more. The only problem is just you're really just going back and finding all these old videos of them and then having to cut them up because you guys know that they don't speak for very long. Sometimes there are 20 speakers. You got to cut through it. And so what I figured is I had enough time to fix every drop in this machine like I did the other one, plus do all the cleaning again and do all the updates on all the computers. And you know what's funny is this computer screen that I have three. One of them was going on and off randomly. You guys wouldn't know, but on my side it was. And just doing the update changed that. It's really weird. So, yeah. So now that's not happening anymore. And so, yeah. Now what I think I want to do is maybe this weekend on Sunday when I have time, I'm going to make a new template for the just for the show. I'm sorry, just for the LA City Council shows. So that way we have a full 50 bank drop of just that. You know what I mean? Of just them. We're doomed. Yeah, we're doomed. So you might as well just enjoy the ride. That's what I'm trying to say. Hopefully you'll be dead before, it really gets bad. That's all I can say. Hopefully I'll be dead before it gets really bad. So, yeah, we're in a fucked up place. And, I don't see any change in any time in the near future. I mean, you see it. They catch them being racist. They just sweep it under the rug, pretend like they're not racist. Then what? Then you have them getting caught stealing or being federally indicted. Not a word about that. Sweep that under the rug. So that should be an alarm bell. For the one, that's why I have to say, that's why I tell you, their voter base are absolute puppets. They're just absolutely stupid. They don't know anything until they're told what they need to know. And they just think that, okay, well, I'm going to vote for this girl or this guy because they're different. No. Everybody in that party are the same. They're all the same. And the best thing is they're over here telling you how the other people are so bad. Look at your history. Okay? Go read up. You need to see any of it. Delve deep into it, and then you're going to start to see. Do a little column. I dare you to do a column. Right? Column A, column B, C. Right? All the atrocities, and see which column is longer. Bet you the one with the donkey is. I'm not telling you the other ones are also great because they ain't there for you either, but I'm trying to tell you one's way worse than the other. Way worse. Way worse. So there is that. Steph going for mayor. Steph ain't running. But hopefully I could be like Steph will run for president. I'll be his running mate. I'll be VP. And we'll change the world. It'll be like Idiocracy. Dwayne Elizondo, Mountain Dew, Camacho. Yeah. Let me get this going. Let me get it going. Let me get it going. Yeah, they tell you history's boring, right? And you know you got to remember too, D-Line, I don't ever suggest you have somebody teach you history. You read about it. That's the problem. If I had somebody who was, one-sided teaching me a one-sided thought about that, wouldn't you then be one-sided thinking, okay, well, that's what I was taught. That's how I was taught. And that's why I suggest you do the research on your own. It's pretty eye-opening. That's why I say, especially with this reparations bullshit, they're not telling you how many free blacks own slaves. They're not telling you that every single slave that was owned by a Democrat. Ulysses S. Grant was the only Republican that had one, and he switched sides. He was a Democrat with slaves and then became a Republican. I mean, and another thing, California, they want to give reparations in California. There was no slaves in California. Wasn't a slave state. So, I mean, there's just so much to it. There really is. If anybody should be giving anybody reparations or black folks reparations, that should be Africa because they enslaved their own people. The stronger people there enslaved the weaker ones. And that's what happened. And they sold them off to the Dutch, to the Spanish, and they took them everywhere as, property. Hey, I bought this, whatever, whether it's a human being or a baseball bat, whatever. It's my property now, and I'm going to take it and sell it for whatever I sell it for. At that time, it was just like a horse, I hate to say it. It was just like cattle, having a cow. I'm not telling you it was right. I'm telling you that's how history was. And I'm asking you this. What country can you name me where people of color are doing better? Forget that this country exists. What countries are they doing better? Which one? Let me know. Put it in the chat. I'll be here for a sec. Okay. I think this is the greatest country for everybody, no matter your skin color, your economical background, your religious background. It's about you. I see immigrants every day come to this country and make millionaires, if not billionaires, of themselves. And they're immigrants. Why? Because they're hardworking. Some of them are people of color. So. South Africa, maybe, you're saying? Maybe. Doubt it, though. South Africans are more white than it is black, I would assume. Like when you come to the higher echelon. Because the rich South Africans I met, they're white folks. Elon got smart. Elon's family was like that, right? Didn't they own some like diamond mine or some shit? I don't know. Someone was saying something like that. I never really delved into Elon too much. The 17 blacks in Canada are doing great. Come on, there's more than that. Stop it. PK Soupan. I was watching, as funny enough as it is, I was watching Jackass. I hadn't watched that very last one they did. I don't remember what it's called. I just watched it the other night too. And they had PK Soupan on there fucking shooting at, I think it was Aaron McGahee's fucking balls. Like literally put a cup on him, dressed him up like a goaltender, and he shot him, and the first shot went right in the face. Right in the face. Hit him right in the, and you see the slow-mo, and hit the mask, and dude, it fucking rung his bell. And I'm telling you, and then he's like, nah, now I'm shooting for your dick. And I'm telling you, the very second shot, no, I get it. He might have tried it a few times, but that, I'm telling you, right on his balls, right on his dick. They took the They took out the cup, and the cup was straight dented. It was a metal cup, and it was straight dented. That's how hard the puck hit him right in the nuts. Like, those dudes are jackass forever. Thank you, Phil. Yeah, I just saw it the other day. I hadn't seen it. You know, it's on Peacock for free or whatever. So, yeah, God, those dudes are just wild. You know, I mean, I couldn't see like putting a whole bunch of bees on my dick and then swinging my dick around. Like, I don't know. I just have zero desire. You know, they just love to do some wild shit. Yeah, the pogo stick part. Oh my God, dude, his balls. Like, dude, he could have exploded his balls. Like what happened to Yadier Molina. I mean, that dude caught a fastball in his balls, and his ball exploded. No joke. Dude's ball exploded. Dude's ball was huge. You can blow your ball up. No joke. I'm telling you, he's lucky he didn't do that, dude. And it just hurt. It's some of those things I just can't even, like, when they get sick, like the barf stuff, I can't even watch that shit. The poop shit, it's tough for me. That's worse than gore. It makes me like, it literally makes my stomach turn. I'm like, ugh. So, like, the whole starting of the movie was Dick is Godzilla. They love the dick shit. And then he flattens his dick with that fucking plexiglass. I mean, his dick was flat as paper. Yeah, the bear eating the bear eating the salmon was wild. Like, I would never, dude. I don't know how much. You couldn't pay me enough to have some bear like that fucking eating fucking salmon out of my underwear while I'm tied down. Or the vulture. What about the fucking vulture eating the fucking meat out of Wee Man's fucking underwear? I mean, bro, that vulture, come on, dude. Fool's wingspan was huge. I mean, just peck at you one time. That fucking beak could go right into you, dude. His talon. Come on, man. Jackass 4.5. That's, what is that after that? Oh, I didn't even know about that. All right, guys.
Smoke.
I'm sorry, TJ. My condolences, bud. Hopefully you get another one. Hopefully you. I know you appreciate your animals, and you should get one. Get another one. Live on. Hi, buddy. And speaking of animals, somebody just showed up. Hi. What's your name? What's your name? Oh, man. Bullshit clickbait, fell. So why are you still here, IB4? Remember, IP2 wins, not IB4. I mean, you could just rewind it, but you're probably too stupid to figure out that there's a fucking DVR feature. So I won't even tell you about it. Talon. It's got large talons. Yeah, we'll be on tonight, 8 p.m. Don't tell IB4, though, because then it's like he'll get clickbaited twice. Then he'll be really pissed. I should take Curran Price's spot on the council. I'm down. Boy, you want to hear some fireworks. Shh. Maybe it was the bread? Oh, you're feeding them bread? Don't they eat lettuce? I'm sure they like a little bit of, different stuff, too. Thank you, Mike. That's right, we'll catch us a fish today. Have Felix fishing for a fish, and here he is. Hold on, Steakums pie. Oh, thanks. Hold on, clickbait. Oh, man, I hate clickbait. Oh, Steakums. Thanks. I love you. You're the cutest baby kid ever. Look at that face. Yeah, you're the cutest baby kid. You're the most handsome. Seeing you're partying in there with all the girls. Look at him. Yeah, they hate it when I don't change the title. It angers some folks. That's ding dongs. Especially the ones in YouTube, because you can just rewind it. You just go back and see it. I don't get it. I get it maybe on Twitch and Rumble, because I don't think those... I know Twitch doesn't. I don't know if Rumble does have a DVR capability. You know what I mean? But, oh yeah, they're getting down. Oh, the first two that finna bone.
I got a boner.
Get it. Get the drunk make out. Let's get it going. Let's get them drunk makeouts going. Mr. Sachs was amazing today. He is, man. I like Mr. Sachs a lot. Mike, I can apply for the monetization back again, but I just say it's like you're just making them rich. That's all you're doing. Do you realize that when you're giving me $1, you're really only giving me 50 cents because of them? When if you gave it the other way, I'd get 97 cents. It's a big difference. It's a huge difference when you're talking about $50 or $100 a day. It's a lot of money. You know what I mean? And just think, I'm a nobody. Just imagine to those big streamers, they do that too. Now they're over here begging, oh, you're automatically, invited to the partner program. I wrote back, I was like, man, I made partner in 4 months on your site and didn't even take it. Because you guys make it an exclusive contract to where I get money, but I have to only go on your site. What kind of shit is that? You don't promote me. So basically you want to take my content for peanuts and hold me down and do nothing for me. Got it. Understand. So there is that. So I just say that if people wanted to donate and you did it the other way, it's better. Yeah, Brendan, I know. But again, that's a site that I have no following on. I've made about $80. I haven't even gotten a payout yet because I think you have to make at least 100 to get a payout. So I've made a few dollars on Rumble and it's just sitting somewhere. Rumble has it, I guess. That's why I don't like it. That's why I just rather do PayPal, Cash App, Venmo. I mean, those are pretty big sites. It's, even Patreon, they're taking a bigger chunk. They're taking 20, 30%. Patreon. Again, the others are taking 3%, while the others are taking 30 to 50%. Think about that. 30 to 50 versus 3. Huge difference. Huge. So those times where you see it's $100 up there, dude, they're getting $30 to $50 of that 100. Should they get that when you could just send it in the PayPal and I'd get $97? And not to mention, I'd get it right away. Literally, as soon as that phone dings and it says, Sarah Lee sent you $100. Thank you, Sarah Lee. I get it today. I get it right now. It's on there. As to where if you send it there, they take 30 to 50%, and I've got to wait 1 month to get the money. That's how that works. And it's not Damon and Smoke and Scan. I dare you to ask any streamer how it works. That's how it works. And if you're really small and you make less than $100 a month, you don't even get your money until you make 100. So you might go 3 months, making a $2 here, $5 there. Until you make 100, they're not even going to pay you out. How's about that? And that's what I'm talking about with Rumble. And this is how it works. I just want you to understand. This is how these folks stay alive, not to mention the constant commercials. That's why I won't do anything with Twitch exclusively. All they do is kill these folks with commercials. And I'm surprised most of them sit through 4 commercials to come hang out. I'm glad they do. I wouldn't. If I were them, I wouldn't. I'd be out on after that second one. I'd be gone. I wouldn't even see if there was a 4th. On number 3, I'd be out. Pissed. Not coming back here. So. And I get taxed. Absolutely. They're not even talking about that, Mr. Allen. Yeah. So then I got to pay the government for what you give me. So just imagine when they take 50, then I pay the government and I wait a month. What am I getting on your 100? $30? So why should I put the monetization tab back? Stop making them rich. Stop building the dick rocket for Jeff Bezos. If you love the show and you truly want the dollars to go to the show, I just say you do it that way. You know me. I never ask. Ever. Ever. But if you decide to do it, I suggest that'd be the best way to do it for everybody. It may not be the easiest, which I don't know. I guess because the button's there, people feel it's like so easy. Stanley Cup Irma. I fucking love it. I love it, Irma. Congratulations to you and the Golden Knights. Congratulations to you guys on winning that cup. 6 years in, you already got a cup. Fuck, dude. Toronto Maple Leafs are mad. 6 years in, I already got a goddamn cup, and then Toronto can't even do it in decades. Yeah. Well, I'm not saying support, Mike. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is if you choose to, think about doing it that way. Because doing it that way benefits me 10x. Leave it at that. Yeah, you guys got a good fan base, Mr. All In. I mean, you know, Matt and Irma have been big fans, and I know my friend Rafi called. He was happy. You know, it's funny enough as it is, you know, they just got granted the legislation passed for the money to come, like 400 million from taxpayer money to help build for the A's. So that's it. The A's are moving. And it's funny enough as it is, one person who spoke out about it was Bryce Harper, who is from Las Vegas. He was like, man, they should have got a franchise team. They shouldn't allow Oakland to move. So he was kind of salty. Poor Bryce. He doesn't want to come back and play for Oakland when he retires. You know what I mean? When he's done playing for Philly, since he's a Vegas boy. Steve Noonan, thank you so much. Stinks support. Stinks, you just got a little something. Yeah, they're definitely there now. No, Rich, I don't. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It does help pay for all the internet bills and the electricity and buying new, cables and so on and so forth. You guys know I'm not very tech savvy. So when it comes to like setting up cool stuff, I have to pay people to come and set the cool stuff up. I can't have them work for free. So I use that money too for that. And then some of it stinks money, like, Steve just sent 20 for stink bomb. So that's, money for the food. I mean, shit, that food's expensive now. It's like $126 a month. I think it's $126 a month to feed that fat little sucker over there. But I love him. He's worth it. Oh, stinkums. You love Dean? There's doesn't love? Big potato bug. Look at him. Yeah, he's all cat loaf, right, Gene? Old cat loaf. Old stinkums. There doesn't love Dean? Yeah, look at that face. That's not the cutest face like ever. That's picturesque. Look at him. Oh, stinks. He is a loafer. He wouldn't know what to do outside. And I told him, man, he's lucky he wasn't outside because I was looking on the cameras yesterday. There was a ton of coyotes outside. 4 of them playing in front of the house. Coyotes are pretty prevalent right now, man. They are out there. Shout out to the thick chick in the big onesie. Look at that. She's up front row with the onesie.
Extra thick!
There she goes. Oh, yeah. All right, Tara. You have a good one. I'll see you later. Enjoy your day, and we'll be out of here soon myself. I got stuff I got to do. I got to list some courts, all that. You lost a cat to coyotes? Oh, that sucks, Doug. Yeah, there's really, what's funny is, as long as I've been here, I've only seen one cat outside, and I swear he looks just like Stinks. In fact, I double take for a second. I was like, holy shit, how does he outside? Wait a minute, that's not him. He ain't got the circle. That's why I love that circle on his side, like you can tell right away. Well, not right now, NMC. Do you want to start one so we can, And right now, I'm just looking at, titties.
I got a boner.
We're done watching the city council madness. Now we're watching the ladies day drinking, having a good time. Look at them. That's what happens when you get alcohol and 6 chicks all together. Ooh, that's a dangerous group right there. Yeah, there's not really any cats out here. And, they're busy looking for, like, the skunks and the raccoons out here, and the rabbits. We have wild rabbits in the streets over here, little cottontails. So, yeah, they want those rabbits. And like I said, they never come alone. I never see the coyotes alone. There's always they hunt in packs, so that way it's hard for the prey to run. Whichever way they scatter, there's gonna be one of them there waiting, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Sucks. I can't put the sound on, Doug. There's sound, but it's music, and it's copywritten music. Usually, it's a bar. They're playing copywritten music, and I know he's playing with his guitar right now. Even that, sometimes it'll get the stream tagged, and then it'll stop the stream midstream. And then it goes back on 3-4 minutes later. YouTube sucks like that. Twitch, all the other ones, they don't care about music. You could be a DJ, play fucking hours-long DJ sets on Twitch. You go onto YouTube, anything more than 5 seconds. 5 seconds or more of any copywritten song, you're getting tagged. And if you continue to, the song plays 30 seconds in, it'll shut the stream down. And then it'll shut it off until you stop playing that. Just sucks, Barflies. No, I'm just going to snap this bowl and we're done anyways. We'll be on later tonight. Where is this cam? Oh, you want the link to this one? Hold on, I'll give you the link to this one. Let me get it on the other side. It is because they have a few different ones. Okay, so this is they have 3 for this particular bar. So I'm just going to give you this one, which is the one you're watching now. And then you can go to the channel and see that they have different angles. So you're not just watching that one angle kind of thing. Like, here's the other angle of the bar. We were watching from the other angle. So now we're at the other end. See what I mean? He's over here playing the guitar in the corner. And then they have an outside. See, now you can see more of the bartending going on. Fucking cocktail, bro. Fucking Tom cruising. Kind of like this one because there's less light coming in. It's a little darker. Cam's set up a little better. The Elbow Room Bar. That's it. And it's pretty packed. I mean, for 3:48 in the afternoon, I'd say it's decently packed. I can tell you if you watch this at, tonight. We'll watch this tonight when we're on. I bet you it'll be fucking barely elbow room. And that's why they call it that. This shit'll be wall-to-wall people. Bet. Oh, there's no sound in this one? Yeah, sometimes they aren't. Sometimes they do have sound. Sometimes. I just don't even put the sound up because I don't want to get in trouble with it. So I just don't even deal with that. The girl in the onesie wants to bang the guitarist. Well, she's getting loaded up. She's having a good time. She's in the onesie. She just got a fresh drink. Think she's hitting her fucking... Yeah, she's hitting the fucking vape. Oh, you want to hit my vape? Check my vape out. I love it. He's got the pink vape with the pink shorts, and now they're trading vapes. I do like the fact that they'll let you vape. So that means you can go in there, bring your weed vape, start hitting it. Then you guys going to be like, all right, which one of you guys is hitting the weed? Because I can smell it. That shit don't smell like pancakes, man. All the other ones smell like blueberry pancakes. Now I could tell. That one's the weed one. That's how it works. Juneteenth going hard. Yeah, man, it's a daytime trip. Well, I mean, it's Friday, right? It's Friday. I mean, it's spring break on a summertime break, right? Isn't it? People are out for summer. You guys said that earlier, right? So they might be college kids that are out for summer. And, you know, school isn't in at the moment, and they're just fucking partying. Because we know Fort Lauderdale and Key West are both party spots, right? They're party towns. Wondering what kind of beer these guys are drinking. I wonder if they're, to get rid of the Bud Light, they're just putting a bunch of that. Like, oh, you want some Heineken? Okay, here, hold on, it's tap. Just handing out fucking paper cups of fucking Bud Light to get rid of it so they're not stuck with it. I could see it. Think it's Modelo on tap? Could be Modelo on tap. Heineken is skunky. That's skunky funky. Some off-brand, some Busch Light, some PBR. Can I get 4 PBRs, please? Is anybody ordering Pat's Blue Ribbon at a bar? I don't think so. Right? Isn't that's where you go to the grocery store and get like a 30-pack of PBR? Oh, my friends love Coors Light. Shit, the Deftones were sponsored by Coors Light forever. I don't know. They still might be even. They love Coors Light, those guys. And they have their own beer now. Belching Beaver makes their own Deftones beer. So I don't know if that's, that stopped them from being sponsored by Coors Light. I don't know. But, yeah, I remember fucking Coors Light come by and drop off a pallet of shit. Get a fucking stack of beer. Yeah, because Abe, the drummer, and Frank, the DJ, they enjoy a little sip of some brew. $28 for a keg of PBR? Really or no? Are you joking? Is it that cheap for a PBR keg? Oh, the kids must. That's why the kids like it. $28 a keg. Shit. They got their own liquor now, too? Shit, that's what I'm saying. Steftone doing it, bro. He's going to become a liquor mogul. You don't even really drink either. It's a good thing. No, PBR just cheap. No way that cheap. That's what I'm saying. Like, is it really that cheap? Like drinking water? So you got to drink like 7 just to get fucking lit. Just to start feeling it, I need 7 up in me. Yuling. Yeah, I don't drink beer, man. I don't drink alcohol. I don't like how I feel. I mean, every once in a while, it's somebody's, fucking wedding or whatever. I'll have a shot or something, but I don't like it. I do it more just to not be the one who just doesn't do it. More pure pressure than fucking anything. But I don't enjoy it. $100 is a cheap keg, but they're usually about $130. Seems about right. I mean, how much is a keg? Is it what? Is it 200 beers? How many beers in a keg? How many 12-ounce beers in a keg? Anybody know? 200? 300? It's got to be a good amount. I'd say it's 200. That's my guess. How many beers in a keg? I'm going to guess 200 beers in one keg. 165 beers. Dang. A little over. It's a lot of beer. 165 12-ounce beers. We know Holy Sheep been fucking drinking those. I know you've been drinking them, homie. He knew it to the goddamn T. There's a beer drinker, Billy. 165 12-ounce beers. Gosh, that's a lot of fucking beer, dude. Yeah, I wasn't too far off. I figured it was 200, so I wasn't too far off. But I guess that's still a lot more. 35 more beers is a lot more beers. That's pretty far off. All right, GRP, I'll see you later tonight. Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm going to sync this. Be out, too. I lost him. What happened here? Look at him, big baby with his on his back. Like, look at him, big baby.
Billy. Billy.
Oh, he's mad now. He's angry. I went for the belly splash too many times. Oh. Belly splash. Belly splash. Belly splashes. Oh, belly splash, Billy. Oh, belly splash. You better give me that belly splash. Hold on. Hold on, mate. Fucking hell. That's good enough. All that light. Huh, Stinkies? All that light. Look at him. Look at him. Oh, boy. Doesn't like all that light. His belly be so jiggly. That's why he's on a diet. That's why I can't go crazy and give him all those treats and stuff. And we had to get him off that other food. He definitely's lost weight. He's lost over a pound. So he's done well. As much as I'm tempted to give him more food because he's hungry, I don't. You know, he's angry sometimes, you know, with not eating more. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm hoping his stomach will slowly get smaller to where, less food fills him up. Oh, he's super healthy. I mean, knock on wood. You know, he just had that one issue, the pee-pee issue. Hopefully we're past that. Yeah. A custom kitty castle. He's got 3 fucking towers over there. Okay? He's got 3 of them. Okay? It's 3. That one on the end there, okay, is literally 5 feet tall about. With 4 levels all the way to the bottom. He's got that one with a fan on it. He's got that one. He's grown out of some of them. Just is what it is. And he's a big boy. He's a big cat. And, you know, every cat in his family, the guys, the boys and the girls, they're long. They're like those long cats with long tails. So his mom and dad must have been like long cats, you know. They weren't small. You know, he's a big boy. He ain't no little guy. Maine Coon Cat? Is that what he is? Go to the other side. The other cam. Is that the homeboy that used to build all the motorcycles with his son? He's in Orange County, Florida. Looks like him from the back. The Tuttles or something like that, weren't they? Paul Tuttle Sr. or something like that. No, not Paulie D. The motorcycle the guys. I like the Tuttles or something. Forget their last name. Is it Tuttle? Yeah. Yeah, Orange County Choppers. Thank you, Turd. The dad. Not the son, but it looks like the dad. Paul Tuttle Sr., I guess is what his name would be, right? It was a junior and a senior, and the junior would do most of the work. Looks kind of like him from the back. He's over there watching the thick ones. He's like, let's get drunk over here, watch all this young tail. All the young tail coming in, and all the snowbirds. Hey, Michael Jordan's there. Speaking of Michael Jordan, he was in the news today. Apparently he's selling the Hornets. He got a group, I think after like 12 years or something of mediocrity at best, he's selling the Charlotte Hornets. But he is in NASCAR too. He's got his own NASCAR race team. So I'm guessing he's just going to stick with NASCAR. Maybe he'll take the money and venture somewhere else. Maybe he'll venture into getting an expansion team. They're talking about Vegas getting an NBA team now. They got basketball. They got football. I'm sorry, they got football. They got baseball now. And they got hockey. Stanley Cup champs. So I guess why not? Why stop there? Bring in a basketball team. You know what I mean, Vern? Jordan gave up on that team, you think? He is busy with NASCAR. I mean, you see him at the NASCAR. You know, he's on the pit crew box, you know. Vegas does have the WNBA. They won, too. They just won the championship. They got 2 championships this year. WNBA and the NHL. I tell you what, they ain't going to get one for the A's for a while. That one ain't happening. Unless it's a complete turnaround from what it was in Oakland. And if that's the case, oh boy, those people in Oakland are going to be pissed. Because then it's going to be a complete spit and smack. Like I spit and then smacked your fucking face. Spit it, then smack it. Okay? That's how dirty they would have done them. Like, okay, well, you weren't spending money just to not spend money here. Just to be penny pinchers. Depends on the grade of the Jordan rookie, Banya Hammer. I mean, you can get him as cheap as probably a little less than $1,000. You know, and if it's one of the, like, there's only like, I think 250 or so, I can't remember the exact number, of perfect gem mint PSA 10s. And those, man, they were as high as like 200,000. Now they're probably about 80 grand. A lot of people took a bath on those, man. You know, all this money was pumped in. People had all this, their stimulus check money and all this shit flowing. People were spending on cards, and you had all these pump and dumpers, and it was this crazy time in the hobby where all the cards were just flying up in value, and people were buying at way too high a price. And then you had these fractional companies that would go in together. People like, you and I, who couldn't afford to spend 200 grand on a card, we could each put in a $500 collectively and buy one $200,000 card together, and then we own it. And then when we sell it, we all profit. But the problem is they bought at the top of the market. Now that's at the bottom of the market. They're trying to sell them, and they're lost their shirts essentially. Mike, they're worth a lot of money. The very first series are very valuable. I mean, like Evil Eddie, a perfect Evil Eddie is worth a couple $1,000, just that one card. Atom Bomb, probably $3,000 for Atom Bomb as well, because it's the first card in the set in the first series. Yeah, so those two that I just named you are probably the most two popular, I would say. And they're pretty fucking expensive. A box of those, which would have cost you, shit, it would have cost you about $18 then, I think. $18 a box from Topps. They're now, shit, if you can find them, a Series 1 box is probably, I don't know, $10,000, $12,000, maybe more. I mean, you can't really find them. They're really tough to find a Series 1 box. So you could only imagine buying a bunch of those and putting them away, never opening them, and then all of a sudden selling like a sealed case. Oh my God. A sealed case, you'd get a Lamborghini probably. Because people would buy the case never to open it. You know what I mean? They would keep it sealed because it's so rare as an item. You know, because most people take the shit out of boxes, and that's the problem. Keeping it sealed is worth 10x more almost. Are you, Vic? Yeah, man. I got cards on eBay. You know, I sell on eBay. You can check me out. There's the link tree. You can click on the link tree and right there, and go all the way to the bottom. And the link is right there. eBay Sports Cards. You'll see my my store there. So yeah. Soon, Eddie. I know. I'm telling you, that's him, dude. That's fucking him. That's Paul Sr. Well, I try to keep it stacked. I mean, I try to do 50, 100 cards a day. I have probably 100,000 cards I need to list. No joke. Like that many. That many. But, all right, guys. I'm out of here. Enough talking. It was good to see you guys. At least we got us a great start to the day. You know, we got us a good council meeting for the most part. But yeah, I'm going to be out of here for now. I will see you guys at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tonight. So we'll do our double show for this Friday. And who knows, maybe we'll get us a chase. Who knows? So till then, you guys have a fantastic Friday. Be safe. Go get all your goodies. Meet back here at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So please adjust to your time zones. And Jesus, she had some big titties. Other than that, I'm out of here, man. I'll see you guys later.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, you guys. I'm a going home.